continue the legendary offseason as we do this time of year every year on Sundays. It's your time to let us know what you think as far as the draft goes. We've already done that with today's GM program. Thanks again to Dre. Great draft. A lot of people, most people enjoyed that draft. I know I did. Let's get on phase two of today. Headline is, name some 49ers who could potentially be draft day trade. Oh! Fam, here's the thing. Every year since Lynch and Shanahan took over the 49ers, they've had at least one player that the media found out about as far as who the 49ers were going to be shopping on draft night. Remember, Vance McDonald was the first guy. And I remember I says, when I first heard it, because I was a huge McDonald fan, I thought back then, McDonald and George Kittle, are you serious? Let's see what they look like. Now, Kyle's always had to think about Selleck. This is the thing, you could never trust your own judgment. Not completely. Selleck worked out. Not bad. I still think Vance McDonald and George Kittle would have been ridiculous together, but he went to Pittsburgh, did all right, and he's still there. So the following year, Trent Brown was sent to New England. I didn't see that one coming. I don't know if anybody. Well, maybe some people did. I just did not see Trent Brown on his way to the airport the night before the draft. I consider that part of the draft day situation because with Trent Brown, he's on his way to New England so he can make a fortune the following year because of the great year he has, blocking for Tom Brady who went to the Super Bowl. And we pick up Mike McGlinchey. Should have saw the writing on the wall even when that happened. I did not put two and two together. I still had somebody else in mind as a first-round pick. We all wanted. Well, the biggest part of us wanted edge rushers, and a few people wanted safeties. That happens every year. And we picked up Mike McGlinchey. So everybody says, you're kidding, right? Nah, you did. You picked up who? So, but it was a good move. And the question now is, though, last year, though, I thought about Garcon, but Garcon's his contract expired last year. So I can't recollect anybody being on the trade or being shopped that night, draft night last year. Anyway, the question now after a Super Bowl appearance with the 49ers needing picks to not only fill in a couple of voids, but the draft is the 49ers' best method going forward. You don't have a lot of money now because you got a lot of stars. And you're going to try to hold on as many as you can, right? So you need to build through the draft. You need to pick up some quality picks as best you can and see if they can replace some of the guys who are going to become real expensive in the years ahead. So the 49ers really do need their picks more so than we may have thought of even 2 or 3 weeks ago. Because we were saying things like, well, the Niners are already set as a Super Bowl team. Yeah, that's the problem, actually. Because now a lot of those guys know their worth. Buckner got a record payday, $21 million. That's just a little less than Aaron Rodgers. And honestly, I love Buckner. He does a great job. I don't know that he was $21 million, though. But he got it. Good for him. But the 49ers couldn't afford to pay that. It would have wiped out some of the play. We talked about it just a little while ago during the GM. You can't pay anybody else. You can't have one guy taking all the salary cap. So anyway, inexpensive picks for the years ahead. And who knows, you pick up that guy, and now the guy that asked for a lot of money, he can go get that elsewhere because we can't really afford it any longer. But we got to maintain a level of players that can still maintain the same intensity and quality that we're getting now. Who are the players that might be both valuable on the market and Niners expendable? As you can see in the picture, now I say Solomon Thomas because I want a day 2 pick. Now, Solomon Thomas, we could be wrong about him. Now, he could come in this year, and he could do just a great job. But he could also maybe, as everybody was crying when Jacob said, you want to see Solomon Thomas filling in for where D-Buck was? Everybody's, oh, no, God, please, no. Well, see, so when you pick up guys like Blaylock, or Blacklock, and others, those are the concerns you need to have. Again, Solomon Thomas could fool us, In fact, if somebody does call John Lynch for Solomon Thomas, he's got an expiring contract, which makes him even more attractive. So you go ahead and you let that go, and you get a day 2 pick, whether it be a 3rd round or 4th round, or well, 2nd, 3rd. How many? 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's a 2nd day pick. Do you pull the trigger on a Solomon Thomas deal? Marquise Goodwin's still under contract with the 49ers. Who needs speed? Everybody. And somebody did mention Kansas City. We do a lot of dealing with Kansas City. What would Kansas City be willing to give up? You know, you add Marquise Goodwin to Speed City, like Kansas City is. Whew, man, I don't even know if I want him going there. Actually, I really don't. See Kansas City in the Super Bowl again. That's kind of rough because for no matter what you think about Marquise Goodwin, he's still a threat. Anybody can move that fast is always a threat because even if they have a dropping problem or something like that, what if the game's on the line, he's beating the coverage, and now for some reason he makes the catch? And Marquise Goodwin hadn't always been dropping balls. He did have a struggle toward last year, but he had a lot of things on his mind, and I suspect that had an impact on what he was doing. Matty B. We already know Matty B's up for sale, but the 49ers are asking for a 2nd-round pick because they tendered him in that fashion. So if he gets a 2nd-round pick, well, great. I think the 49ers will take a 3rd or 4th-round pick as well, though. So Matty B, Marquise Goodwin, Solomon Thomas, those guys can probably bring back the most value for you, and they're probably going to be the ones because I know Dante Pettis. See, I don't think anybody's going to give you anything more than Dante Pettis, but a click tone, click. Call me back when you're serious. I don't want Dante. I'm not giving you anything for him. They might next year because Dante's another guy. What if Solomon Thomas and Dante come in and shine this year? Eric Armstead did that. He's had some years that were so-so for a number of reasons other than injuries were one of them. Our defensive line, and now we're finding out defensive lines are the end product is about cohesion and quality. You can't put 1 or 2 good guys on a defensive line and expect those 2 guys to just outplay everybody on the defensive line. No, it doesn't work like that. And that's why when people say Eric Armstead, he sucked before this year, well, hell, he didn't have anybody to work with until this year. This is why the question is, why didn't DeForest Buckner do better? And I'm not knocking DeForest Buckner, but I do think this scheme, Armstead, you don't do that well just because of one guy next to you. Not like that. So I got a feeling, and then the argument could be Aaron Donald did do well with Ndamukong Suh next to him, better than he did last year, right? But I just don't see. I did see DeForest Buckner. Some of the things Dre says, Buckner had gotten that down to a science, so it didn't inhibit him so much that he wouldn't get his pad level down. But he did get taken out by some players that he probably shouldn't have, and a lot of players he did dominate, so it balances out. Buckner's a great football player, and most of what he got, he did deserve, actually. So I'm not going to say anything bad about him, but I do think that DJ Jones will do a good job for us there. I'm not sure if Ronnie Blair is healthy, he will do fine. And they've got a couple other guys that we'll have to see about. But, that Julian Taylor is, man, he came on last year. But we got to have these guys healthy in order to keep a good rotation, and that's what makes the 49ers front-line defense what it was last year. Not so much individual play. Well, yeah, there was Nick Bosa's course. You got to give his individual play. And when D4 was on the field, yeah, he gets an individual award along with Eric Armstead. So, but these guys got to have players around them to give them a break so they can come in, and we got to keep up that same level of heat on every quarterback. Hey, 49 Lakers, thank you, fam, for that contribution. I'm not going to go on and on, fam, because it's late. Let me let you get in here right now and see what you got to say. Big J, what's up, fam? Goodwin, Pettis, Breda, Witherspoon. Yeah, I wonder, I thought about Witherspoon, but I was concerned about whether any GM will take you seriously or not. Hardy Chopper, 1977. What's up? Any good Niners news? It's pretty much been kind of low-key news. George Kittle's getting a lot of news for things like wanting to be a WWE star, stuff like that. George Kittle's sticking up for Jimmy G a lot lately. Every time, George has gone on a campaign to get people off of Jimmy G. So The Map Crow says Brady's the only one with value. Pettis and Goodwin don't have any. I know. Darren Lewis, I trade Brady to Philly for a third-round pick, and Philly is. Are they still looking for a running back? Because remember, they were hitting on Brady a while back. Jet Pro 13 says Goodwin and pick up a receiver at 13 and trade 31 for a second and third. I think the 49ers are shooting for that second and third pick with that 31 pick, too. Because 31 is not, you're already in the second round. See if we can get some more. Mr. Block Eyes 22, Pettis, Goodwin, one or both will be traded. It might be Brady. I don't really want to lose him. He's got potential. I'm not sure if McKinnon can stay healthy, but that can be said about every player in the NFL. So they're not going to go on that one. Wilson needs to be involved more. Oh yeah. Jeffrey made his mark last year. The guy's a big time playmaker. You say that on us. You got to say it. He comes up with these huge plays at times that are just amazing. But yeah. Anyway, hey, God, that happens every time. I got to figure out a way to get this wiring set up so I don't get unplugged all the time. All right. I'm still tangled up here. Let's see if I can find it. How come? Okay, well, let's see if I can work with it here. Sorry, fam. All right, we're ready. Here's my problem right here. All right. Oh, God. Now it's becoming embarrassing. Okay. All right, let's get it. Chill, pill, Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Phil, you were accused of having
I hope all that fumbling at the court doesn't take away from my time.
I feel like Matty B. I was fumbling and we lost the game. Nah, Phil. We don't start the clock until you get in here. Are you kidding me? I wouldn't do that. Phil, you
All
were...
right.
Yeah,
so here's my take on the trades. I think Matty B is going to be safe until the end of preseason because we're still worried about McKinnon if he's going to hold up.
Very true.
And he's our guy that we go to if one of those guys get hurt in preseason. So he's not going to be a draft day trade. Same with Solomon Thomas. I think they've got so much invested in Solomon Thomas that
true.
You've been saying it about McKinnon. We've got more invested in Solomon Thomas than we do McKinnon. And we're finally going to play him at the spot he played in college. And so when you look at his Pro Football Focus numbers, when he plays inside, he's a 72 rating versus a 50 rating on the outside. So we've been, and a third of his snaps were played on the inside, and 2/3 of his snaps were played at end. He's not an end.
Yeah, well, he proved that.
And I think finally he's going to get his chance at inside. Let's give him a shot. I think he's going to succeed because he's really good against the run. And do we really need that big a pass rush when we've got Bosa, Ford, Armstead, DJ Jones that can get the quarterback?
Good point.
And even if Bosa gets 4 or 5 sacks, I think we're going to be in good shape. And remember, Thomas only played 400 snaps last year. DeForest Buckner played over 800 snaps last year, and got 7.5 sacks. And Solomon Thomas, he got 2.
The thing is, it'd be predicated on what they did at 13, I think. Now, but you're right, though. You can't run the risk of bringing in a kid. Say if they did go nuts and go for Kinlaw at number 13, or whichever one of them does fall to 13.
Well, obviously, the one pick is going to be everything, right? So if we draft a wide receiver at day 1, which I think we're going to do, because I really think
I do too.
Judy and Grubbs are going to be there at 13. I think Lamb's going to go number one. Maybe, Jets may pick Lamb or Judy, and the Raiders may pick one, but I'm hoping it's, either Ruggs or Judy there at 13. I think we go with that. And then I think Marquise is the guy that's going to be expendable.
Yeah, good. Yeah, they're probably going to shop Goodwin. He's probably the guy. And normally they find
He's
one
already
guy.
been shopped.
To begin with.
He's already been shopped. So that's the way I feel.
Yeah. Matty.
And I agree with, I agree with Dre. He dished me last week. He said I drink Tennessee whiskey. I drink bourbon, guys. So,
Get it right, Dre. He's
a
bourbon man. I want to pick you for a bourbon guy, too.
But anyway, and then he agrees with me. We're not going to draft a defensive lineman at number 13. I don't see it either.
Yeah.
But, I just think that we've got too much depth at defensive line that we're not going to draft a defensive line. I think corner is more a crucial spot than D-line. It's my opinion, but that's the way I feel.
No,
the other thing I just want everybody to know, Trent Taylor, I talked to some friends who know people in the 49ers organization. Trent Taylor was able to go towards the end of the season last year.
Oh.
It's Hurd that was the big question mark. His back was still in question all the way through the Super Bowl.
That's
so
not that
Trent
long
Taylor
ago.
was running route towards the end of last year.
Yeah,
he just couldn't come back because they already used their 2 spots on the IR to bring.
True.
They brought people back. So, I think Trent Taylor is going to be our punt return guy and our third down specialist. Because he runs such great routes. So I really think, that's my opinion.
Yeah.
But, I like Dre's draft. I thought the trade was I don't know if Detroit's going to go for that, but, it was elaborate, to say the least.
I mean, we're going to stop. I tell you what, tomorrow night, let's get into that on Raw. All right, Phil? I'll be looking for you.
I mean, trades are a crapshoot, and when you try to guess who the dancer is going to be, that's,
it's another story.
Between here and nothing. So, but anyway,
right.
I just like to put a draft board together and go from there. But anyway, Ronbo, thanks for taking my call, and Dre didn't chime in this time, so I must have been doing okay.
Phil, do you have social media? Are you Twitter, by any chance?
Yeah, why?
Yeah, people have been asking. Phil, you've made. Can you send that? Give that to me then. What is your Twitter name? Maybe we've already been friends for a long time. You use Phil?
No, I don't use it too much. So I'm an old guy.
Doesn't mean you can't type. Phil,
I'm an old guy, man.
You don't hang out with social media. Well, I tell you what, Phil, there's a lot of arguing and fighting on Twitter. So you're probably best to avoid that.
I know. That's why I stay off it, Ronbo.
Well, there you go.
I'm smarter than that.
Phil does not feel like arguing, so he's not. Okay, so your Twitter account is just pretty much a drone. You don't use that. Okay.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll come on because of you. But,
all right, well, let me know. And if you do, identify yourself. Send me a DM so I can tag you.
Crucified on Twitter, right?
Well, no. Phil, come in there and fight, man. I'm telling you, I'll back you up. I love fighting with people. I just put a couple of Hawks fans in their place just a little while ago. So, man, good. Wait for you two, Cowboys and Reds. We got to go, Phil.
We all love the Niners. We all love the Niners.
I know.
And I want, nobody has invested more in the 49ers than I have. I mean, I'm a season ticket holder.
Agreed.
But anyway.
We really got to go, Phil. I'm
Ronbo.
getting all kind of heat from my production. All right. See you tomorrow.
Okay.
Right.
Bye.
Night. And Eric code is 405. Hello, 405.
What I told you yesterday about the immunization count.
Hello.
To
Hello. let's let's. What was that? Oh, he's back. Tyler, Bill, Will.
Ronbo, what's up, cuz?
Will, I got to tell you, I've never been so amused. You and Dre, man, y'all. My side was hurting, man. Y'all was killing me, man. Listen, Will, I I have been searching and searching all the whole time I was gone for that 2,000 pound squat.
Yeah,
Maybe
me
that's what he
too,
meant.
man. That's what I want to say, man. I'm a real dude. I'm a 100 dude. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Now it's circulating somewhere on the internet, like Twitter. It's showing it on Twitter, but when you hit the link, it doesn't show a link. So I'm thinking maybe it's like a hoax or something, or
Somebody,
what. I mean, I don't know.
somebody put that on there.
Because when you
Okay,
click on it on Twitter, it say Bleacher Report, and then it say Daniel Jeremiah. They have a little link that you hit, but it won't like
go anywhere.
hit. It won't show the video or nothing. So I could be wrong. So if I'm wrong, I apologize for giving all that false information. Don't beat me up.
But we know you
But
do
yeah,
believe
man.
in Kinlaw. But go ahead, Will. I mean, but Will, but first, since we've already attacked that pretty much a lot, can we talk about who could possibly be trade bait on draft night?
Well, I agree with Phil on the Breda trade. I kind of I agree with that. They may keep him like during the I guess during
Preseason.
the preseason. I mean they do want insurance. I believe they want insurance for McKinnon because we got to see if McKinnon don't have any setbacks. So far,
But in that,
we haven't heard anything.
Will, but one good thing about that, doesn't it feel that's a little unfair for Matty B, though, right? Either send him to a good team or
Yeah,
just go throw him
right,
out. Or you got to still keep him,
right.
though. You got
Because
a 1 year
McKinnon,
tender. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
yeah, because McKinnon haven't played a game yet, and Breida been playing. So,
But I still,
since they,
But I still got TC, I got Mostert, I got Jeffrey Wilson Jr. The 49ers know where they can get other running backs. Man, that's a tough one. We had a kid last year that didn't play much, and I thought he was hell. Remember that dude, that one little dude was like a bowling ball? They handed him a ball, and
Walter,
dudes,
Walter dude, I think that
yeah,
Walter,
damn.
yeah.
So,
But yeah, man, I think they're gonna keep him around for a little while just to make sure McKinnon don't have a setback. If he do,
yeah,
then I believe Brady's staying.
yeah.
But I agree with that, man. But
Otherwise,
I mean, with the Solomon Thomas stuff, man, I mean, I understand he's gonna be back in the spot where he played in Stanford,
and
but
it could make a
I mean,
difference.
he just gotta show me, man. I mean, me personally, I want him gone, but he gonna have to show me, man. If John decides to keep him for this coming up season, man, he just gonna have to show me something. Just show me something, please. Try to get to where you can increase your snaps. Cause
You,
I
you,
want to see you make it, but you ain't showing me nothing right now.
You and me, brother. Remember,
And
they did. Eric Armstead, they didn't pick up his fifth-year option either, and all of a sudden, Eric just came out of
yeah,
a bag. So maybe
yeah.
that
So
helps.
now Marquise, I know for sure Marquise, he might get traded on one of those draft days. He
Yeah,
might.
yeah.
And me
Especially if
personally,
they
I
pick up
think they
Ruggs.
may. I think Kansas City may try to take a shot at him because Kansas City loves speed. So if
God,
you're gonna let somebody go off their roster that got speed, you're gonna bring in somebody else that got speed. They love
Belichick,
speed. That speed
Belichick would
city
go
over
for him
there.
too, because they
Yeah, him
need
too.
to put together a group that can work.
Right,
I'm
right,
sorry, Tom Brady is no longer. Well, they still might, anyway, but go ahead.
right. But yeah, man. But Pettis, I mean, I don't. We've been hearing rumors about Pettis being a trade piece for Philadelphia for a cornerback out of Philadelphia, Rasul Douglas. But I heard that the negotiations fell through. It didn't work out. So I mean, it's a possibility that Pettis may be traded too, because like we all seen, Pettis ain't no dog. I mean, he hang around cats. So how can you be a dog when you hang around cats? So he ain't showed me nothing. He did at the beginning when he first came here, but then after that
Yeah.
he went Houdini on us, man. We ain't seen him no more. So but
Well,
yeah, man, so but then again, man, like I said, man, with the first round pick, man, look, I mean, let me just clear this up. I understand we need a receiver, and if we do get Judy, Ruggs, and Lamb, I'm gonna be happy too, because that's gonna be another piece of the offense where we can go from 30 points a game to 40 points a game. You know, another speed guy that can come in and do what he do. You know, that, I mean, I won't be mad at it at all. I won't be mad at all. But just I'm a defensive guy, so I like defense. I love defense. So that's why I say I really be killing on, man, because the dude is powerful. I understand Dre say he got tendonitis or whatnot, but I mean, you got guys out here, man, that got all types of stuff, man. And these teams are taking chances on. We got a reputation of that anyway. What we've been doing the past few years, getting guys that had injury, history. So I mean, it is what it is, man. But Drake, my boy, man. If me and Drake cross paths in life on Earth, man, if he needed help with something, I'd be there to help him. You know what I'm saying? If he was on the side of the road, I'd help him. And if he was fighting somebody, I'd help him.
He jump right in, and he knows that.
Yeah,
he knows this is all about the passion for the game. We'll see tomorrow night on Raw. All right.
All right, man. Shout out to you, Ronbo. Shout out to the Ronbo,
Thanks,
Ronbo Sports Fan Club, and shout out to you, Ronbo, man.
Thanks,
and
Will.
Shout out to my TNT fam. I got a little message for Kenny, man. Hey, Kenny, once all this quarantine stuff over, me and my partner gonna head up to the Northwest. We're gonna throw some dollars on your cutie pie, all right? All right, Ronbo.
That's so cool. All right, Will. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. All right,
man.
Let's go back to area code 405 and see what's going on. 405. 405. Hello.
Hey, Ronbo.
Yo, who is this?
This is Devin from Oklahoma, up in Sooner Country.
Devin from Oklahoma, up in Sooner Country. Devin, I bet you like C.D. Lamb.
Yeah, I sure do. I'd actually want to give a shout-out to a couple guys on our squad right now already that actually are played here in Norman Country. I don't know if you know this, but Wes Welker actually played here in Oklahoma City at Heritage Hall.
Yeah.
And George Kittle actually played some of his high school right in Norman also.
Really? I hadn't thought about where George Kittle might have went to school as a youngster. I just know about Iowa. So he is from Oklahoma then.
Yeah, his dad was actually a tight ends coach at Oklahoma.
So, did you say Devin or Kevin? Devin, right?
Devin, yeah.
Devin. Good stuff, Devin. You pass on that knowledge. Now we know. I mean, Devin.
Yeah, so definitely I'm ready for C.D. Lamb. I actually wouldn't mind going. Jefferson's route too if we had to do that. He's definitely all around as well.
He's another guy a lot of people talk about too. But Devin,
definitely.
You could actually see more than one wide receiver in this draft. Devin, if you were to look at the 49ers roster, who do you think might be dangled as trade bait? Well, current player, right? On draft night, you see anybody that happening and us getting anything for him?
I could see probably Pettis. I actually think people are kind of sleeping on a good one a little bit.
Yeah, we don't know how he feels right now. Mentally, he may have been out of it, so he may not be traded. I just don't know.
Yeah, I think if he's got his mind right, I think he may be the speed guy we need. We don't need Ruggs. So I would think taking Lamb or Jefferson, they're the most probably all-around best receivers.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't think about it, but Judy, some people say that Judy and Ruggs are maybe the third and fourth best receiver on that Alabama team this year. So,
yeah, well, so that was mentioned there's been a couple of Bama fans who explained there's a couple other guys ahead of both of them actually, right? Some guy's name starts with a W? What? What's? Anyway, which is kind of scary. Where are their names?
And Lamb too. Plus, he didn't have a Ruggs on the other side. You know what I mean? Taking people out of the play, and even Judy would go up against probably second and third cornerbacks a lot of times just because they were so worried about Ruggs. You know, so
see, a lot of people don't understand that concept. You start clearing out real estate, and guys can operate. And who clears out real estate? The speed guy. So, yeah.
That's right. Well, and everybody talks about with Judy too, the route running, but
He is good at that, though.
you know, if you got somebody that schemes pretty much anybody open, whether you can run routes or not, I'd rather have a guy that's just, good with the hands, good with the yak, that type of thing. So, yeah.
Is Judy? Is he got? I know Lamb and actually they say Ruggs as well has yak juice. Is Judy? Is he a tough guy
Definitely
after he
Ruggs
makes a catch?
Definitely.
All right.
Ruggs definitely has juice, I think.
Yeah, I've heard about him. So
yeah, I think they said he had 26 of his
yards after
catches
catch
were all for touchdown.
Yeah, and he's got guys draped all over him. So that's why Judy had double coverage. I understand as well, though. But that's suicide. Double covering. Judy probably should have had single coverage. If I got Ruggs on one side of the field, this guy Waddle. Thanks, Joe. His name is Waddle. If I got him and Ruggs on the field, I am not going to put all my troops on Judy. So,
exactly.
That's
exactly. So, and that's why I feel good about if we took a D lineman like Ken Law or something with that 13th pick and traded down, maybe in the end of that or the beginning of that second round, we could get Jefferson. And I think we'd be real happy with that.
But remember,
because if you look back at all the competition, nobody could cover him all year.
Jefferson, is he that
and
good?
And his ball skills, those 50-50 balls, he comes down with pretty much all of them.
Because you got to be careful because he's got to be that good. You know why? Because if you're going to use that 13th pick, you've already lost one of the premier defensive linemen. You'd better get something really high impact for that pick or you're going to get frowned on afterward. So if Jefferson's a real deal and they do, as you say, pick up, who'd you want to pick up at 13?
I would say maybe Kinlaw at 13.
You're not going to get Kinlaw at 13, though, Devin. Unless you're going to trade up. Kinlaw and Brown are going to be gone probably before 10.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I wish we could trade up for a Kuda or something.
Yeah, no.
That wouldn't be bad either, but you don't want to give up anything. We want to get more, you know what I mean? So.
Detroit, I think Detroit could be interested in a trade because I think they got more than one number 2. How many first-round picks? Do they just have one pick? Anyway, Detroit acts like they're willing to get rid of that first-round pick from what I'm hearing, or for a good trade.
Oh, yeah.
But the 49ers don't have anything.
I just would love to see us be able to get down and get in the second and third or even fourth round. That would be ideal.
Devin, so much to talk about. We got to go, though, fam. Great to meet you. All right. If you get a chance, get on back here tomorrow. We'll be back.
All right. Good talking to you, man. Keep doing what you're doing, buddy.
Appreciate you, fam. Thanks.
All right, later.
All right. Yeah, there's so many things to do with that. Hey, D, Allen.
Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
D, man, I'm looking at the drama that they could develop because, we're all going to fall off its seat. 49ers have traded Solomon Thomas for a second, a fourth, and a fourth round for next year. And, I can sit and say, what? Oh, we were talking about that. We said Solomon Thomas is going to be moved inside. We're going to be more productive. They're not going to move him. But, the 49ers need picks. D, what do you think?
To be honest with you, I stick with the same thing that, we've been saying. It's probably going to be one of those first-round picks that'll be traded. As far as what we've been talking about tonight and who could be trade bait on, draft day, it's obviously going to be your Matty B's, your Marquise Goodwins, your Dante Pettis's, your Solomon Thomas. Those guys are definitely going to be trade bait to stock for, more picks. I can dig that much. But what I can tell you is I've been doing a little bit of thinking. And I know everybody's got us, a lot of us are sold on Henry Ruggs. But then I thought about it and I said, if we don't move Marquise and we already signed Travis Benjamin, what need do we have? Why do we have a need for a speed guy? Think about this.
That's a good point.
Keys came from Buffalo and bettered his route running. I am not saying that Marquise is the greatest route runner by any stretch.
No, but he did improve.
Please, anybody listening, do not misconstrue my words. I am not saying that. But he did improve from where he was when he was in Buffalo. So you got a guy here that can run a couple of routes here and there, and he takes the top off the defense, but that's his job, and he knows what his role is. Then you bring in Travis Benjamin, pretty much almost the mirror image of Keith. Same situation. So you're going to bring in a guy who doesn't run crispy routes, who more so is a straight line, take the top off the defense kind of guy, and he's a rookie. But you have two veterans sitting there that you can just pay and just let them do what they normally do, and they already know the typical things of the NFL and what it takes and all that stuff. You don't have to explain it. You don't have to, work him in. Is it because he's young and he's cheap? Because
That's
right
what
now,
I was getting ready to say.
cheap.
Don't forget to add in the expense. That's part of the equation.
Yeah. Travis Benjamin's cheap. We didn't give him a lot of money.
That's true.
So it's kind of like, when I look at it, I'm like, if we're going to keep those two, drafting Henry Ruggs makes absolutely no sense.
Well, remember,
If we trade Keith,
he's like Taryn points out here, he's also a decade younger. One thing, Dion, I just realized something else, too. Do you know the 49ers have 8, we counted a minute ago, 8 wide receivers before we even go to the draft?
Yeah, we do.
So
because we have so many people on the team, but I can tell you right now that the lineup on our wide receivers is very simple. This is what we want as far as what we currently have. The outliers are Travis Benjamin, Marquise Goodwin, and Dante Pettis. The guys that we want on the squad.
To a degree. Yeah.
And Richie to a degree, but he's got the return value because he's been doing it for us, and we don't have another return guy. So the other guys left on the squad are obviously Debo, KB, Trent Taylor, and Jalen Hurd. So if you think about it, the other outlier being Richie squeezes himself in from a technical standpoint because he has the kick and the punt return value. And at the same time, we have no idea what's going on with Jalen. I've heard several people say, hey, he's been medically cleared by his own doctors and everything. Until I see the man on the field, until I see him running routes, until I see him play an actual game, I ain't believing nothing I hear because we don't know. But if you think about it, with that 13th pick, if we're going to draft a receiver, CeeDee Lamb is the guy. He's the guy. If we draft a defensive tackle and Kinlaw somehow by the football gods rain down on us and hit us with blessings, and he's there at 13, you probably will see him get drafted there. We don't honestly know what Shanahan and Lynch are going to do. But I can tell you right now, when they showed Shanahan sitting at home, who was he looking at? Kinlaw. When they, when they start to, you see what I'm saying? Like they give a little hint.
They do that on purpose.
It's random.
And who was John Lynch looking at when the camera hit him? Wasn't it? He was looking at the big dude out of Kentucky, Becton.
Yeah.
See, these
That's
guys
what
are
I'm saying.
comical.
So you see, they're looking at it because you see why he's looking at Becton going, that's Joe Staley's replacement.
Maybe,
or
he wants you to think he's going that direction.
Quite possibly. That's always, you always have to have a poker face when you're doing the draft. To me, I don't think we need a replacement for Joe Staley. I say put Justice School in there or put Daniel Brunskill in there and let them take that spot and move on because they're already there. For me, when it comes to tackle, you take a really big risk because these guys come in, you don't know what you're getting. You can see it on tape and it can look great, but sometimes some people, you don't want that bust, especially if you spend a high round draft pick. We hit with McGlinchey. We hit with Joe. Yes. You know what I'm saying? And we haven't drafted. If you notice, we haven't drafted another left or right tackle in a while.
Yeah, that's gonna. Dion, we're out of time. Good stuff and food for thought. Is particularly about that wide receiver position. So yeah, that is accurate.
Hey man. Yeah, I do appreciate everything you do, Ronbo. Thank you so much for the platform, brother. Continue to do what you do. Don't let nobody stop you. And one day, man, we got to find a way to get us a viable 49er in here sometime.
Yeah.
An actual person on the squad. Because
they're tough.
That would be great.
They got security issues with they got to get a lot of clearance. But I've never stopped trying. Hey, Deion Johnson, fam, you see him in the chat. Deion's got content rolling as well. Click on him. All right.
All right, Ronbo.
All
Have a
right,
good
fam.
evening, brother.
You too,
Appreciate you,
fam.
man.
All right. See you tomorrow. Oh, let's go check out Lee.
Yo, what up, Ronbo?
Lee, yes, indeed. We've turned the page, and now, and Lee, I bet you got some theories on that, and it could be a shock, or will it be the obvious? Probably the obvious in this case. But who do you think may be a draft day trade?
Draft day trades. I don't know, Ronbo. I actually don't even think it's worth trading anyone on draft day, to be honest, because if you think about who we got, you could have Mullins, you could have Pettis, maybe Solomon, you could have Breda, and Goodwin.
Yeah, that's all I can think of. But I can just all of a sudden see somebody come out of nowhere, and we sitting there thinking, whoa, didn't see that coming moment, right? So yeah, but I agree.
Yeah, because when I think of those players, you think of what can you actually get for them, and the ones that you could probably get the most are probably Nick Mullins and maybe Solomon, but
maybe
Pettis hasn't really showed a lot. But see, those two, they're going to be probably crucial for our team, because if Jimmy goes down without Defoe and Sheldon, so Solomon's going to probably get a lot more reps this year. So they're pretty crucial to our team. And then you've got Goodwin, Pettis, both receivers. That'll probably be upgraded in this draft. But it's what are you going to get for them? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we don't need day 3 picks. We need day.
That's why I didn't even add Pettis to the list.
Yeah. And when you think about it, you want probably day 2 picks. You want those 2nd and 3rd or 4th rounders, because we've only got 2 first, and then we're back in the 5th round. And there's a lot of talent in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th rounds. So I think if you're going to trade, why not trade future picks? Why not trade maybe a 3rd next year to move up? You know what I mean? Or maybe trade a 2nd to move up. Because we got 7 picks next year, and there's a lot of talent, you don't want to be sitting till rounds 5 to wait, unless you can trade back with the 31, and then
Yeah, and you can't run a risk of waiting until next year's draft. It may not be as good as this one. As this one's rich in some of the things we really need. So I agree.
Yeah, and it also puts you in a position where you've got a whole year to get those guys ready for when guys move on, whether it's maybe a corner for for Sherman, or it's a tackle to replace McGlinchey long term. It gives you a whole year to train with those guys, put them in a team, and get them familiar with the system. So it's sometimes better to plan it like that. So moving forward, we're in a better position when those guys do leave, and they've got a year to learn under those guys as well as the coaches. You know what I mean, Robert?
I agree, because now you've got the team built up to a level now where you now can build through the draft. A lot of people think building from the draft from scratch. No, the 49ers were never going to be able to get away with that. No team does. But now you got that team. Now draft intelligently, and you can stay like the Patriots and have a team to contend every year, right?
Yeah, and you just want to keep rolling over. As you lose guys, you want to keep rolling over new guys, hitting on some picks and replacing the guys that you got to move on from.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing. We're in a complete different position to when John and Kyle first came in. When they first came in, we just used as many guys as possible to fill holes. But now those holes are smaller, and there's a lot less of them. So it's a lot harder to bring guys in and actually compete for spots. That's why late round picks aren't as worth as much to us now, because those guys are going to have a lot harder time making the squad, and that's why I don't think we're going to pick corner
unless
early.
Unless they find one of their guys, Lee, because they're pretty good at finding special players late in the draft.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Well, Kittle, Warner, even Dre Greenlaw. I think was he 5th rounder last year?
5th round.
Those guys all turn into
DJ Jones, a 6th round pick. I mean, what? Jesus Christ! How'd you do that? So.
And that's how we built this team early. We missed on some early picks, but we hit with a lot of later picks and guys in UDFAs and guys like 7th rounders that came in and got a lot of game time. But now that's a lot harder to do because of the talent on our team. We're stacked in a lot of areas. At first I was looking at a lot of, the players, Ronbo, seeing who we draft, but I've been paying more attention to who we're looking at, at the front office, because that usually tells a big story of where we're going to go. We interviewed 5, I think, picks we drafted last year. So when I've been looking at that, I've noticed we're going receiver, obviously, and I think defensive tackle is going to be the next pick. They've interviewed Blacklock, Matabuke, Elliott, Gross Matos. Those are all guys that could be around the late first to early second round. They could fall back in the second round. So that shows me they're looking at those guys, and they're looking at that position. Nearly as big as a receiver.
Yeah, they're going to want, because you want insurance, because you don't know what Ronnie's going to be like. We don't know about, somebody else got hurt too. Julian Taylor. Those guys, they're not going to be ready to play at the beginning of the season, not effectively, not as they were.
Yeah, so they're probably going to bring in someone else to compete with Solomon and to help out DJ Jones, because if Blair and Taylor aren't ready to go, it's going to be a bigger need, especially with the two that have left in the interior.
Hey,
so I'm thinking that's
don't forget about my guy. Don't forget about Kevin Givens, though. I like him.
You like him?
Oh, I do like Givens. Man. I
know a lot of our fans
want. Who is this guy? He's a tough guy. Yeah. All right. Hey, Lee, good stuff as always. I'll see you tomorrow, huh?
No worries, Ronbo. Thanks. Shout out to the Empire. Shout out to Dre for doing his draft dealer today and everyone in the Empire. Thanks, Ronbo.
Thanks, fam. See you later. And Flossie B hasn't called it. Flossie.
What's up, Ronbo? What's the business, man?
Hey, we're trying to spot. I got the flashlight. I'm rolling around in the dark. I'm trying to find out who in the world the 49ers go dangle as a piece to get a couple of draft picks. Because Flossie, just like we was talking about a second ago, 49ers cannot rest on any laurels as far as picks they've had down to the fifth. These guys are going to look to get paid. And, there's going to be a lot of problems holding on to top talent because that's the way it works. And we ain't got no $50 billion cap. So they may need some more picks, second, third round. First round, the fifth round, that's too long. That's way too long. So who do you think? Maybe. Shock, surprise, or who is going to be dangle get picks?
I know for sure Pettis, man, he got to go. Richard James is a possible, but he probably we ain't going to get nothing for him.
Yeah.
Trent Taylor, man, he's a good piece, man, probably the move, man. Solomon Thomas, I'm really anxious to see what Solomon going to do. I really don't kind of want to trade Solomon because we haven't got to see what he really going to do.
Especially in a position where he'd probably be best. Yeah,
exactly, because he's in and out. You see what I'm saying? So he ain't just got the time to just come to jail with the fellas, I think. So I'm kind of anxious to see what he's gonna do. Man, with that 13 pick though, Ronbo, man, I'm liking a receiver, but I'm liking Ruggs, to be honest. He's nice, but I think we already got a Ruggs. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with the caller before that we already got a Ruggs. Yeah, we already got a good one. We got a Ruggs. So I'm liking Claypool or somebody big or Mims or, you know what I'm saying, Jefferson.
Like Mims.
Jefferson. Somebody that can change the game. You know what I'm saying? With a physical specimen. You know what I'm saying? Even though we got hurt.
I think
but we ain't seen what he can do.
Yeah, somebody said his back was still hurting during Super Bowl Sunday. That's just recently. So that kind of worries me.
And I'm tired of people saying we need a corner too, man. Like E-Man and just stand up or something. E-Man he really stood up last year, like for real. For him to be an undrafted free agent,
he's got skill. Now, E-Man is a mistake, Flossie B. That was a mistake that they didn't draft him. A huge mistake by everybody in the league. He's one of those guys.
Nah, it ain't no mistake, Ronbo, because he fell where he needs to fall. See, he still end up falling.
I know.
Exactly. So he still needs to fall where he needs to fall because that makes you have a chip on your shoulder. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because my God, he shows technique and skill. It must have been what school did he go to? I don't understand. He's not really. There's nothing wrong with his game. He learned some things last year.
He went to Tennessee.
Yeah, I see him really being a factor next year. Richard Sherman's got to be replaced, though. That's the thing, Flossie. Sherman may be down to his last year.
See, Ronbo, look, we can get any wide receiver, Ronbo. It don't matter if it's CeeDee Lamb. It don't matter if it's Jerry Jeudy. It don't really matter if it's Ruggs. It don't matter if it's Jefferson. It don't matter if it's Mims, Claypool. It don't matter what receiver we plug in there. We're going to be good.
Well, yeah.
So
You talk about
the
Kyle
other,
Shanahan's
the other,
offense.
it's about the other picks that we gonna get. We ain't worried about the receiver. It's dynamic receivers all over the whole damn draft.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm looking at, man, I'm looking at the defensive tackle position, which is a key position, and I'm looking at the cornerback position. I'm liking that boy C.J. Henderson. If C.D. Lamb and Judy is off the board, I'm looking at C.J. Henderson.
All right.
I'm looking at C.J. I'm looking at C.J.
He's definitely I think he's number 2 next to Akuda, actually, from what I'm hearing.
Yep, I'm looking at CJ. And then I'm looking at trade number 31. So we can get a couple more picks, of course. We all know that we want to trade 31. And if we don't get we gotta get Neville Gallimore, and we gotta get the cornerback Lamar Jackson. That's the next Richard Sherman. We gotta get them
There's
two.
a lot of conversation. Lamar's gonna. What round do you think he's gonna get picked up in, though? That's the only thing.
They saying a fit, but for us to really get him, I'm thinking just go on and get him in the third or fourth.
Well, you know,
Go
Richard
on, move up
Sherman.
and get him in third or fourth.
I guess this is just something. Maybe it's need. Richard Sherman was a 5th round pick, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, but he was only a 5th round pick because of Jim Harbaugh saying the negative stuff that he was saying.
And he's and he's still mad about that too.
Yeah, exactly. And then look, I also I like Kinlaw, man, but if you look at his highlights, he's a physical specimen. But if you actually look at his tape, he get put on the ground too much. So if before I draft Kinlaw, I would draft Andrew Thomas, or I'll draft that boy Becton, a tackle, man. I'll draft them tackles, man.
Yeah, Becton. The Jets, I've seen on several mocks, because the Jets need help bad. He's going to New York, I think.
But Andrew Thomas going to be there. The one from Georgia, he's going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them going to be there, exactly. So before I draft Kinlaw, I'll draft one of them.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Flossie B.
You know what I'm saying?
Going offensive line. All right. Flossie,
Yes,
we got to
sir.
go, fam. It's always good to hear from you.
I
see you on the
one
chat.
One more thing, man.
All
I know
right.
we need a tight end, man. Faithful, we going to stand up. We going somewhere. We just got to draft the right players. That's it.
Dre says we might be getting Thaddeus. I don't know. We'll see. All
Yes,
right.
sir. Man, Faithful, y'all stand up, man. Y'all have a good night, man. Let's go.
You too, Flossie. Have a good night, fam.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Let's just go check over. Hey, Warren.
What's up?
Warren, man, you know, it's that time. We got another couple of weeks, and the 49ers are probably looking to get more picks. Even though I thought the 49ers, all they need to do is get BPA. We're a Super Bowl team. Then, after reading the reality of it, what? You better get some more picks. Some of these guys are going to be leaving soon. You can't afford to keep all of them. That's right. You build through the draft. Now's when you build through the draft. That's right. Do it. We ain't going to keep these guys. I was fantasizing. Warren, guys are going to be leaving us next 3 years. We ain't going to be able to afford everybody. So
That's a Saturday scout for you.
49ers, they got to continue they got to continue with the brick by brick. You got to find some talent and back it up and get it ready to roll in a rookie contract. Kwaski T could be gone next year if he asks for too
Well,
much.
you can't be like the Rams, man.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
Can't be like the Rams.
The Rams are the best example in the world, ain't they? Well, that is. I mean, the Rams got rid of everybody. Everybody. McVay, after they get rid of everybody, then they go fire McVay and get a cheaper coach. The Rams! Woo! Damn. I didn't see that. Yeah, we did. We've been laughing at them for 2 years. Rams went and bought themselves a championship. Got to the Super Bowl. Got a butt whooping. Now, everybody out. We ain't got no more money. So you're right. Build through the draft.
You can't be like everybody. Can't. You just got to keep the cornerstones and pretty much keep the cornerstones and
build around it.
See if people want to work the deal out. You know, team filling deal.
What do you see? But do you see any player that you might want to use that's on the roster right now that could bring back a decent pick or two? on draft
I
night.
see if we could do like a package deal, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
Ain't that about that?
a little package deal, you know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Who'd you put in the package?
Had 2 or 3 players, like
Dante Pettis.
Solomon Thomas, Pettis, you know. You know, some teams want some young players to refresh their roster, you know.
And
But,
both
you
of them
know,
got cheap contracts. Yeah.
yep.
You know, though,
But it's still,
Warren, how do you? Everybody's defending Solomon Thomas that he's going to be moved into a place that he's more comfortable in. They're going to move him inside. Stop trying to race him around the edge because he's not going to do that. He can't do it. He's already proven it. So you put him in the inside. Do you expect Solomon Thomas to really shine? That he's going to be moved to the inside?
I don't know. It's going to be hard to say.
It is, isn't it?
I look for some people that have some dog in them. I don't think Solomon Thomas got that dog in him. I don't know. You got to have a dog in him for day one.
Yeah, he is a nice guy. He really is. And sometimes it translates on the field, doesn't it? I don't want a guy that's got the police calling him every few minutes saying, I got your guy down here. He says you're his coach. Who is it? Solomon Thomas? You're never going to hear that. That phone call is never going to happen, right? Because Alden
That's
Smith.
a nice guy, too. He got no dog in him.
Oh, yeah. See, and Alden Smith, I think the dog kind of leaves guys that are really too nice. Because look at Alden Smith. The police were calling Trent Baalke every few minutes. But when you got him on the field, damn, that boy could play that edge. You know? See, unfortunately, that's the way it works, you know, for a lot of players.
Yeah, right.
So I really don't know what to...
Look at Pete Dub. Look at Patrick Willis, man. He was a nice guy off the field. Between the lines,
See,
he's a mad dog.
That gives me hope. Willis was all around just cool. Do you know Navarro Bowman had some issues before he got drafted and they were thinking about not drafting him? Bo was actually not a nice boy coming out of school. He became a nice citizen after he became a 49er. Ray McDonald, straight up thug. Also Ahmad Brooks. But Brooks is that in-between dude. But I love me some Ahmad Brooks. See, Ahmad's got that dog anymore. Ahmad Brooks be sitting on the bench looking all pissed off. What's wrong? Brooks never looks happy. I like that in my football player, especially my defense.
Right. But I think come to the draft, I think that 13th pick, I think we might pick a wide receiver. But it depends on what the Raiders going to do.
Raiders? Yeah.
Depends on what the Raiders going to do. You don't know which way they're going. They might pick a wide receiver, one of the top 3. They might pick Ruggs or either one. That might depend on what the Raiders going to do. Raiders or Jets.
You know, it made me laugh, Warren. Yesterday, I took me 5 minutes to stop laughing. The Raiders are picked by one mock to pick up Tua. I said, stop it. The Raiders aren't going to pick up Tua. They like their quarterback. If the Raiders pick up Tua, I'm going to have to be sedated, though. And now that means we'd have our choice of any wide receiver we want because the Jets are going to pick up Becton. They need offensive line help really bad. And understand the Cardinals are thinking about going offensive line too. So anyway, well, hey, Warren, let me see you tomorrow if you get a little time, huh?
All right.
I'll be looking forward to it. Always great to hear from you. All right, fam.
No problem.
All right, Warren, down Louisiana way. All right, Warren. Good night, fam.
Night.
And let's roll on in and check out. I'll be watching, bro. Hey, Sean.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Oh, Sean, doing fantastic, man. I'm feeling all right. But Sean, and this is where I'm dying in your opinion. Sean, if you was going to try to get a player out there, you'd probably be intelligent about it. You're going to throw somebody out there on draft night that you know you can get some return on that's worth a damn. Well, are the 49ers going to try that this year? Because it seems like they try that every year. Who would be the chip?
You know, it's I think a guy like believe it or not, you know, as much as I would like to say be gone in the trade him so we can get some capital, I think Solomon Thomas might be the guy. I don't know how many teams would be that crazy for, you know, a Dante Pettis or
Nobody.
you know a Goodwin. I think Breda, out of all of them, in my opinion, would probably be the most insightful. But I don't know, you know, how much a team's how teams are really. Yeah, you know, I mean, it's I know it's just so hard because, you know, especially Brady coming in, you know, undrafted, and I know he's really showing what he can do on the field, and he's proven that he could be a viable starter in this league, man. So it's and another thing a lot of teams are going to be hesitant about is Breda. When he was showing out, is he really that good, or was it Shanahan's scheme? Because there's not too many running backs in Shanahan's scheme that just don't pan out, you know. So it's so you know it's a tough situation. It's a tough situation to be in when it comes to Breda. But I think Breda offers the most. Solomon Thomas, I think he you know he could be a good fit in several different organizations. I just don't know if being, how can I put it, if he's labeled across the league as a bust, so to speak. Because if you think about it, you know, he's only considered what he is just because he went so high in the first round. You know what I mean? So it's that's the only thing. I mean, so if he was a third or fourth rounder, nobody would really be complaining about it. It's just, and you said it before, a guy can't help where he was drafted. You know what I mean? So the media hype train was just all over Solomon Thomas, you know, and believe it or not, Solomon Thomas, even though he makes you mad, he's kind of grew on me a little bit. You know, he really has. You know, you know, and I hate to say it, man, because you know, he does. So, you know, but as far as the guy that I think that would have that would get most teams' attention would be Matt Breda, but I think they would just be scared because he's coming out of Kyle Shanahan's game.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? The 49ers, I keep forgetting, but I don't know how much knowledge each guy soaks up and he can pass on to a coach. But Kyle Shanahan, he sort of alters his concepts every year to a degree where it can't be really read so easily. I don't know if it's just a change of name or something or whatever, but it's kind of interesting to see. Offensive players, of course, that doesn't work. I mean, when's the last time he capitalized from getting rid of a good player? I mean, Patriots players go everywhere all the time. There ain't nobody getting better.
Yeah.
So against the Patriots.
Yeah. But one thing though, man, I had a question for Dre, man, and I couldn't get on there. It was telling me that the passcode was incorrect. So I mean, man, I really had a question for Dre regarding his Ross Blacklock pick. But you know, if he jumps on there, another time I'm gonna interrupt because I really, man, I got a really good question for him. You know what I mean? And Dre, good stuff on your mock draft. It sounds like you put some time and effort and energy into it. I didn't agree with a lot of it, but I could appreciate a man who goes out there and does his due diligence and put in his effort. So good shit, bro. I appreciate that. Good job on that. I'm going to go ahead and slide up off here. And if Dre jumps in on the phone, I just want to interrupt for a little bit because I got a question for him, and I would like to hear his idea. But if he's listening, jump on in, man.
Yeah, he's listening. Hey, Dre, come on in, man. And
yo, what's up?
Hey, I got a question for you. Hey, first of all, man, good shit on your mock draft. I appreciate the due diligence, man. It didn't look like you just winged it, man. So good job on that. But hey, I got a question regarding your Ross Blacklock. So when you got a guy like Ross Blacklock, right? What is it about Ross? How did you do any research on McKelvin Agim?
On who?
McKelvin Agim from Arkansas.
No, bro. I was looking at Ross Blacklock. Guys who run under at least a 4.9, somebody who get gap protection. I looked at Ross Blacklock, Khalil Davis from Nebraska. He ran the fastest 40 as defensive tackles. I looked at guys who were ranked between third and 20 on that list because I traded down that 31st pick.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, McKelvin Agim, I think he possibly may be like a day 3 guy, and they got a lot of similarities. just on some of the things with like Ross Blacklock. I know a lot of people said that he ends up on the ground a lot, but McTelvin, he's got some weaknesses too. So if you get a chance, go ahead and compare those two. It's going to be hard just for the simple fact that McTelvin, you know, he's going against Alabama offensive linemen and shit like that. You know what I mean? But check him out. I think you might appreciate that guy. You know what I mean? So when I see Ross Blacklock, and there's a lot of similarities between the two. So if you get the opportunity, go check out some film, not just the highlights, but game time film.
Actually watching the game.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
most definitely.
So go ahead. So when you said that, I was like, okay, so we kind of on the same page when it came to that because they're very similar. I was just shocked to know if you know what I'm saying, if you just like overlooked him or you just really weren't feeling him. And I was going to ask you why. You know what I mean? But check out the film on him, bro. You might appreciate that.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah, McTelvin, agent from Arkansas. Boy's a beast.
Okay, I got you.
All right, bro. Hey, good shit today.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Good stuff, Sean.
All right, man. Yes, sir. I'm about to get out of here, man.
All right. Look forward to hearing from you tomorrow if you get a chance. All right.
All right, man. All right, man.
And we smooth roll on over to Dre then. Hey, Dre.
Yo, what's going on, bro?
Dre, as you know, man, I'm looking for that sacrificial lamb, that one that's gonna bring us back something worth a damn. You know what I mean? So I say Keese only because if the 49ers immediately pick up Ruggs at 13, I suspect that Keese suddenly becomes expendable. So they dangle him. Solomon Thomas, I don't really care to see Solomon Thomas leave as much as I know we can get a return for him. Maybe. And then, of course, there's Matty B that he's already on the block anyway, so his status isn't going to change. But like some people say, if Jerick McKinnon ain't ready, but the 49ers won't put Matty B out there, I don't think, unless they really do believe McKinnon is ready to go. But who do you think might be the man? Because we ain't getting nothing for Dante Thomas, but cursed out on the phone, you know? So
I think if you add a player to a package with picks, you could always find a way to swing a player because, the next man's trash is the next man's treasure. Teams see certain things they can use the guy for.
A good point.
If anybody, I honestly think that Marquise Goodwin is going to go into camp unless they get a good return for him.
I agree.
And if not, then we'll cut ties. You know what I mean? If he has a horrible camp. Breida, he's a guy that, you kind of want to see stick around unless they know for sure that Jerick is going to be healthy.
I wish they would,
Solomon,
even if he was.
Yeah, Solomon, I'm happy Phil brought up that stat of Solomon having a 72 PFF when he played defensive tackle. That's where he's most productive at. And I don't see him going anywhere. Man, I don't see none of these guys getting traded besides for Marquise if you get a good return for him. And for the guys who are saying we don't draft Ruggs because you have Goodwin or Travis Benjamin, will you please stop? I mean, good. Come on, man. Like,
I was going to say something about that too.
Thing I've heard all day, bro.
Travis Benjamin's going to get cut.
Come on.
Benjamin doesn't make this team.
If anything, Travis Benjamin could be a good returner. You know what I mean? But you're
Dre, Big J says the reason he got thrown out from where he was he in Indy, wherever he was? They threw him out because he was a locker room problem.
Oh, well, hey, I mean, I don't know. Kyle likes his guys. You know what I'm saying? There's something that he knows and there's something that he sees that he can use, obviously. You know what I'm saying?
He must have had a conversation with Travis on the phone. Travis, listen, I heard that you raising hell in the locker room. Now, listen, I'll hear that once I bring you in here. Okay, just let you know. You come in here, we got a nice family atmosphere in here, and I want you to be able to either perpetuate that or not. Let me know now. They had to have that conversation. Yeah, man. I know that upper management isn't so great with the Chargers, and it never has been. So when you have a team who loses LaDainian Tomlinson and Drew Brees, or two Hall of Famers, that pretty much tells you how that upper management is. So I mean, I don't know what that issue is. I haven't heard of it, but those are not the reasons when you don't get a Ruggs. That's just ridiculous nonsense. That was horrible. Ruggs is a lot younger. Contract is a lot less. Dion feels that since we got those Benjamin and Goodwin. We're talking about guys. I don't know how much longer Google can move at that speed, though. Marquise is 30 this year, 28, 29, 30, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like Deion really surprised me with that because he usually comes with some good context and some good things to say. I don't know if it's. I mean, it can't be the California air because there ain't been no cars driving. I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know what the hell happened to him. But,
Well, it's just he was thinking, and he just came across that, and it may change, but yeah, I still see. And I got called. I'd call it Dante Thomas. Good call, Taryn. I did make that. I realized I said it after I said it.
yeah. Well, I mean, bro, going into training camp, our roster is going to look a lot like the same, man. A lot of these guys that we think are on the trade block are probably going to go into camp and be on their last leg, depending on how they perform. I mean, that's just really how I see it. I just don't see a team giving us a second round pick for Matt Breida.
Yeah, not nowadays.
Because that's the team that's on. Actually, I don't know if it was a second round pick. They lowered it to a third round.
It's a second round pick, but they'll lower it. If somebody says I give you a third or fourth round pick, they'll take it.
Yeah, and I just don't see. I don't know. I mean, the Patriots have 12 draft picks. You know what I mean? So I could see somebody like them. Yeah, Ronbo, they led the league. They led the league in compensatory picks. So, like when Van Noy and all those guys signed with other teams, and James Madison, I believe his name is, something like that. That's the linebacker that got $30 million for the Lions. Right. They got like thirds and fourths for those guys. So they got like 5 compensatory picks this year, bro.
That's how Belichick does it. That's how he keeps a team.
Ridiculous.
God.
Ridiculous. Scientists. So, I mean, going to a team like that.
I guess, Trey. Oh my God, here he is.
That was kind of rude. that was Trey. Harsh, Trey.
We must have something.
Ronbo.
Yes, Trey. We were shocked.
Finally, I wasn't able to call in earlier. I need everybody to give my brother Dre a hand clap of praise. I think that was the best draft that we've seen so far, and I couldn't let him leave without me saying that to him. So I do apologize, my brother, but I didn't. Okay. I wasn't able to call in during the show. I'm gonna fall back. I just wanted to say that, man. That was some good stuff. I'm gonna disagree with you a little bit, but we're gonna save that.
Well, yeah, all right. That's
I appreciate it,
normal. Bro. All right. Thanks.
All right, yeah.
Thanks, Trey. That was awesome.
I thought Trey was about to go in or something. I thought he was about to go in on. I thought he was gonna say it's real cute and cuddly. Yeah, let me finish up though.
No. Real quick, Trey, because we're out of time.
I was teetering between Ross Blacklock and Marlon Davidson. Marlon Davidson is from Auburn. If you watch film, sometimes because Marlon Davidson was number 5 and Derek Brown was like number 8 or number 3, you could not tell them apart because Marlon Davidson played 65% of his snaps on the edge and 35% of his snaps on defensive tackle. He had 8.5 sacks. Half of his sacks came from the interior, half of the sacks came on the outside. But Ross Blacklock is a true defensive tackle and not just a guy who can play on both sides. So those are the two guys that
ended up on his back. All right.
Yeah.
Trey, we're gonna see though. All right, Dre. Let me see you tomorrow, fam.
All right, bro.
All right.
All right,
Dre.
Later.
Yeah. I've got an excuse now for Reuben Foster. Jay won. Come on in, man.
What's up, Ronbo?
Jay,
how you doing tonight, brother?
I mean, we're having fun with this, man, because the mystery is as annually it's become tradition, Jay. The 49ers find one guy they go try to see if they can get something for. They have failed. No, they've been successful 1 out of 2 that I know of. Yeah, because they couldn't trade Vance McDonald, but they did get rid of Trent Brown the night before. So, yeah. But Jay, do you see the 49ers actually dangling anybody out there to get more picks? Because, we want to become Bill Belichick. Have a year where you got 12 picks because you done got players left going right and left, signing another contract to everybody else because we can't afford to pay them, but we get compensatory pick. Whoa, I love it. Well, Jay, what are you thinking? Who's the dude, if any?
Really, I think the guys that they speak, man, I don't really think we could get a second or third round pick for. To be honest with you, I'm just saying, Solomon Thomas ain't do nothing. He ain't do squat. Dante Pennis, he ain't doing squat.
Oh,
we really can't get. We already traded. We already traded
the player we can get anything for.
He was our biggest asset
of
getting a number one pick. You know what I mean? And
this year we ain't gonna do it, are we? You know what? You're right. We're not gonna dangle any player this year. We don't have one.
Yeah, we don't have nobody to dangle. There's nobody attractive that the people want to trade a second round or third round pick. It's just physically impossible. If somebody was dumb to do it, then yes, I believe we will. But I don't think nobody would be dumb enough to trade for Solomon Thomas for a second round pick.
Jay, just a wild thing, though. Do you see anybody on our roster that the 49ers would shock us by dangling out there for a pick? Because, that Vance McDonald thing, I was kind of surprised by that.
Hey, they might trade. To be honest with you, if you trade D Ford, man, DeForest Buckner, anybody is tradable. I'm just saying, that was a shock in hand.
It was.
For one. And it was also moved where they knew they couldn't afford him next year, and I believe they just went ahead and made that move now to get it over with, so they didn't have to spend that money. Because the fact is, they trying to the order to be a competent team for years to come, like the Patriots, you got to make sacrifice, and they made that sacrifice. And hopefully we can get somebody younger and who actually is come in and be a productive player or maybe be a Pro Bowler. So, what I'm saying? We got to see how that trade turns out, what kind of player we get out of the 13th. And I believe they would rather keep the 13 and trade the 31st pick.
Yeah, because
they get rid of
you need high impact players, just like Dre pointed out. What's been said before, too. You don't get rid of a guy like DeForest Buckner and trade it down. That just didn't follow any kind of good sense. So you got to get something good for that, because DeForest Buckner was good. You're not going to equal DeForest Buckner, probably, but as far as offensively, you might be able to come close.
Correct, and that's the thing people were saying. But we like the other caller said, you don't know exactly what they thinking, because they've been tricking us all year long for the last 3 years. Who they were drafting,
same time every year too. Yes.
Yeah, trading players, cutting players. You know what I'm saying? So it's best for the team, and I really have faith. Like I've been saying, I really have faith in our GM and our coaching staff, what they're gonna do to better this team, and I buy in what they're doing 100%. I just hopefully it doesn't backfire on us. That's the only thing I consider that could happen.
Well,
backfire.
The things they're doing. Player. Yeah, the things they're doing, it can only do so much damage. You look at what the Rams did, and they completely destroyed that team from what they did 2 years ago. Now, now they've got to go. They've got to pretty much start from scratch. The Rams are actually, nobody's using the word, but that is a full-blown rebuild. And I look for Goff to be traded sometime between now and next week.
They're not going to trade Goff. I think what they is, they're going to trade everybody else to keep Goff. But if Goff doesn't improve, which Goff wasn't, they shouldn't have gave him that money anyway. That was just dumb. They should have waited till his rookie contract was in.
No, they could have waited. There was no pressure. What's he going to do, leave?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Him and Curly, they just screwed their whole team up by giving them early contracts, and that screwed up their team. They should. I'm glad they did that because that was incompetent on the GM and the coaches staff for doing that.
And that owner just doesn't know. He's got two different teams. He doesn't pay attention to the rest. I'd go down there personally and slap him and then fire him. Good Lord, what did you do to my team? God.
Who you gonna fire? You gotta be fired too for making that dumbass decision. Yeah, both of them need to be fired. See, what it was, they gambled. They gambled and they lost royally. They gambled and lost bad. Lost their house, their car, their wife leaving them with
and
the kids.
Children change their names. Jay, we gotta.
That's what happened.
Jay, we gotta go. I'll be back tomorrow looking for you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, man.
Thank you, Ronbo.
Thank you.
Have a good night, brother.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. All right. And we go from J1 to J2. Man, we need Big J to call after that. So we got J1, J2, and
Rambo.
Jay, what's up?
What's happening?
Jay, man. Jay, you on the road already? Because it sounds like it.
Yeah, you know I am.
Jay, man, I've been trying to find a player that we can get some more draft picks for, and everybody saying what they're saying makes me realize there is nobody. Unless we get rid of Eric, no, we just paid him. You got to get Nick. No, we can't get rid of him. Debo, can't get rid of him. No, we're not getting rid of Jimmy G. Offensive lineman. We don't have anybody, Jay. I've got to abandon this project. How do you get more picks?
Yeah,
other than 31.
You do anything. You package, you make a package. Trade Dante and Matt Breeder together. So.
And make them take Dante, right? If you want Matty B, you got to take Dante too.
That's it. I know Philadelphia wanted Matty B. So
yeah, I remember that. I was scared. Yeah.
Package over there. Thomas ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Our rotation even messed up now with D-Buck gone. So
I know. You don't want to get carried away with that.
Yeah, you gotta remember, you know what I mean? Last year, everybody wanted to get rid of Eric Armstead before the season started.
I know. That led the team in sacks. I'm the Eric guy, Jay. I didn't even see that coming. What? Whoa!
Yeah, I feel you. I didn't either. and I don't really look Solomon, but give him a chance. This is year to start. This is his year. So give him a chance. Let him come up. Like we say, we don't give up on our own players. You know what I mean?
You shouldn't. Especially with the good coaching they got now.
Oh yeah, so go ahead, let him get his first year start. He ain't that start no other time. So maybe he's motivated now.
So there you go, Solomon T. Could be his year. If Solomon T gets double-digit sacks this year, what is something I really don't enjoy as far as food goes? I'm gonna find something I really can't eat, and I'm gonna make myself eat it right here in front of the camera. Because I talked about Solomon T. It's hypocritical. I argued people down about Eric Armstead, but now I won't stand behind Solomon T. I'm almost about to apologize, Jay.
Yeah, hold on. Just wait fast. Wait till the season starts. Let's wait to see what he do first.
All right. And then again, and how about Dante? Should we apologize about him? Dante's got on my last nerve, standing over there looking content to be on the sideline. I do not like his attitude.
Nah, me either. He seems too happy. Happy for no reason. You happy you on the bench.
Right? I need to see disappointment. At least you don't get nasty about it, but don't look so content.
He just, I don't know. Time to move on. That's just one pick ain't work out.
So therefore, yeah.
And it is time to get another receiver. Just like you've been saying, you don't want to take away from Debo. But, you know what I mean? Most teams got more than one receiver. Look what Kansas City did against us in the Super Bowl. You know, Tyreek still got, you know, did his thing, but Sammy Watkins, though, him and Hartman, you know, they also be getting their man too.
Right?
So
it was Hill and Sammy. Everybody else got held.
That's it. So it ain't like, you know, just because you got more than one receiver, another receiver not going to develop. You know what I mean? They can develop. All of them can develop together. You know what I mean?
But you know, we this is why I like that speed element. Tyreek Hill raised complete hell doing what he did out there. This is why I want a speed merchant, at least one to add. If Sammy Watkins, I don't even know, but the thing is, if I got George Kittle and Debo, those are the guys who are going to make the biggest trouble. I need one dude to freak people out. Now that offense is lit.
Oh yeah. You're definitely right about that, and Ruggs is the man for that. You know, I mean, I definitely like to see Ruggs on the team. You know, he do add that explosiveness. You know, but I don't know. I got a man crush on CeeDee Lamb. He's just a monster. I don't see how y'all doubting the man. You know what I mean? He the only receiver on his team. So that even show you even more better how he is. If you the only receiver,
that's a good point.
The defense all they got to do is, you know,
stop Lamb.
Him.
And they couldn't.
You know what? Everybody else is.
Because I don't have any problem with CD. If Goodwin had been playing up to his potential this whole time and was the man, well, probably would have lost the Super Bowl because he'd have ran under that shot from Jimmy G. But the thing is, we would actually be looking at Lamb and Judy Ruggs wouldn't even be involved. You know, so it'd be in between CD Lamb and Judy anyway.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's why I say they're going to keep Marquise until they get, you know, Ruggs. If they don't get Ruggs, he definitely going to stay on the team. So
oh, man.
Taking the can.
Well, Jay, we're going to go, and I'll look for you tomorrow if you like out there, because I always love to hear from you. All right?
Oh, yeah. You know I'm here all day.
All right, Jay. Drive safely,
I
fam.
hope you had a happy resurrection day.
Yeah, I know. You got to worship within yourself. Yes. All right, fam.
Oh, yeah. All right, have a blessed night, Ronbo. Have a blessed night, faithful. Bang, not a gay.
Big J. Talk to you later.
All right. All right.
And did Gold Niner, did he go Samuel L. Jackson on us in here? Who is he talking to? I hope he's talking to the Hawks. I be.
Ronbo. What's going on tonight?
Man, I'm sitting here wondering if 49ers are going to continue to build through the draft. You can't have first couple of picks in the first round and don't be seen again until 2 days later. So I was thinking the 49ers, if they don't trade that 31, that'll do something. And could they add to it by trading a player? But then everybody's made me see the light on that. Hi, B, we don't have anybody that can get us a second-day pick. Not really, unless we trade one of our top players. There's no point doing that, because that's just stepping back instead of stepping forward.
Yeah, we do. We what's his name?
See, you forgot his name. He can't be that good.
Parag. Nah. Yeah, man. We don't got to trade a player. We don't got to trade a player to get back in the second round, man. I truly believe we trade the 31. I think we're gonna play with the Dolphins, man. I think I've been playing with the numbers for a while now. And actually, I traded my 31 to the Dolphins for their 39 pick, their 141 pick, and their 153 pick.
Nice.
So you know, I got back into the second round, and you into the what's that? The fourth round, and you know what I mean.
But you must know who the Dolphins would be targeting. Who would they be after at 31?
Well, I mean, I think they're building their offense. I think they're definitely going all offensive tackle or offensive guard, and I'm not sure what quarterback they're getting, but they definitely getting a quarterback. So you know they're building with that, and then with a third or fourth first round pick, they're gonna grab another receiver, and then possibly defense. So for them to jump back in with the 31 from the 39 is money for them. And I think if they can get all of that chunk right there, they don't need to sit back and with the fourth and the fifth round pick. So I think it's potential, and then like I think the Browns are sitting at 41. I think the Broncos are sitting at 43. So we definitely can get back in the second round without trading a player. I think we'll trade a player after the draft. You know what I'm saying? Once we see what our rosters look like.
True.
It makes sense. You know what I mean? We don't know what's gonna happen with Breida, if he's gonna sign a contract somewhere, or if he comes back to camp and he has to make the team, or you know what I'm saying? Same thing with Goodwin. You know what I mean? I think Goodman is a little bit more valuable, believe it or not, for us, because he brings.
Yeah, he's still under contract. Actually, Breida signed. Oh, he didn't sign. I didn't say anything about him signing it. He's been offered that pick.
Right.
Huh.
Yeah. Well, no. I think
Did he sign?
Goodwin's signed for 2 years. I've been waiting to see what's up with Breida, but I haven't heard anything yet.
Yeah, Breida hasn't signed that tender, has he? Okay. He could be on his way to. Breida may say, "I ain't waiting for you guys to cut me. I'm leaving." So.
We got a lot of people on the team right now, man. That's in the flux, and I don't think and we're so worried about
Jet picks?
because this is McKinnon, because this is his make or break year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's got to show improvement. If he doesn't, unfortunately, by another injury, then the business has to take its place. But it's a lot of players, man. I think it's the same thing said for Arkella Witherspoon, because I believe I don't think. I mean, we're going to give him a shot to be a starter, but I don't think we're looking into it. Is Arkella going to be our starting cornerback this year? Believe it or not.
I can't imagine that. I mean, I do not ever see him beating Mosley out again.
No. I think Mosley's definitely solidified his spot. I definitely think we're still gonna draft a cornerback. Hopefully, it is Lamar Jackson or one of these guys, because I've been doing the mock draft thing, man. It's a lot of players that's been dropping, man. A lot of these guys they're saying is potentially second and third or first round players. Yeah, man. So. It's very interesting. I think we may make one or two drafts with position. Not with players, but in position of this draft, and that's it. I think we're smart, and the smart way to do it is to try to bring back the core. We got solid players, man. Like we've been saying, if we could get Goodwin to come back, and all he got to do is catch realistically 30 balls for us this year.
Yeah. Especially the deep downfield,
bro.
Ooh,
word.
Yeah,
that's a plus. And as far as Travis Benjamin, he may be he may be one of those players who I'm not so much worried about can he make the team, because he's a proven vet. But is he one of those players who we may trade off later on for more capital, or because we got. Like Lee said, we got future draft picks that we can maneuver if we really, really need to make a move in this draft. So,
but IB, you know what? We counted 8 wide receivers currently in that locker room. If the 49ers pick up with 13, if they do pick up a wide receiver, now you're closing in on double digits for your wide receivers. I mean,
man, I want to say for the last two weeks I've been worried about, can we do we got to trade up to get Ruggs? Man, Ruggs has been falling at 13 in this mock for the last, I don't know, every time I do it, he falls at it. So it's, you know, and like these guys said, you never know who's going to be there. One of the big three definitely going to be there. For sure,
And
for sure. But
will
you
the
got to
49ers
grab him.
settle for the guy they were originally targeting? That's the thing.
Hey,
Are they going to be satisfied with either one of
20,
them?
25 years ago, we picked up Jerry Rice, man. This is Kyle Shanahan's dream. 25 years ago, we drafted Jerry Rice in the first round. This is Kyle Shanahan's dream.
I know, but listen,
I'm not writing the book. I'm not writing the book. It's just coming out the way he dreamed of it, bro.
It makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
But
he got to grab that, man.
Here's a trivia question for you, though. Who else was in that draft 25 years ago that came close?
I was 5 years old.
You see, I'm gonna go check into that. I want to know, other than Rice, who else was in that draft?
Was Drew Hill in that draft? Or he was 83,
Dallas Cowboys, Drew Hill. Yeah. Okay. Listen, it's gonna take too long. We're out of time. I'm gonna check. I'll have that answer for you tomorrow. Who else was in that draft? All right.
I'll talk to you.
All right,
My man.
Talk to you later.
All right.
All right, baby.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Sheik.
What's up, Ronbo? What's going on, man?
Sheik, as you know, man, we're trying to find a guy that's gonna, on the roster now that we can let somebody else have and give us a couple of picks, Sheik. I mean, I just realized after these conversations, there really isn't anybody. But Sheik, can you administer to this problem?
Well, everybody knows that we need a wide receiver, and like the last caller said, man, we need it's been 25 years we had Jerry Rice in this team, and it's 3 picks difference. And now the 13th pick, and I think it's time for that wide receiver, and I think that's a big difference in Kyle Shanahan. And Mike Shanahan was in 25. Well, about were the early 90s when he came in, Mike Shanahan was in there, so he probably needs that wide receiver. And Jerry Rice looked amazing with the last Super Bowl that we were in because he had a day. That's why I really want Jerry Jeudy or CeeDee Lamb in this team because he's a difference maker. He's an it factor. They're both it factors. Henry Ruggs he's definitely got that it factor, and I'll be happy with him. But at the same time, I'm growing with him. But I
think
go
Bill
ahead.
Bill Walsh got Jerry Rice. That was 35 years ago. All right, go ahead.
Well, I mean, he did. But I mean, Mike Shanahan was the offensive coordinator when we won left. He was around. So that's what I'm trying to say. He enjoyed having him in that piece.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say. But it's interesting that we're finally going to get a wide receiver. It's been a long time. The last number one that we had was Terrell Owens, and this freak. That was a freak right there. But before him, it's been a minute. We had these other guys. We had later on J.J. Stokes and I'm not going to say his name because I'm going to piss me off.
Yeah, well, Stokes pissed me off too, though.
Yeah, Stokes pissed me off too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
But I was like, one of the guys in our chat that we're in, he brought up I don't know if it's a fan or prediction or it's actually a legit rumor. The Jets are considering trading back or getting some picks or in talks with us. With the 49ers.
Sheik, don't mess with me now. Are you serious? What? Where'd you get this?
I don't know. It's called fan. What was it? Hold on. I think it's a rumor, but I think it's on fan site. It's a page.
Yeah, no, I think I've been to it before.
Paulie Istin Jr. He posted. I think it's just a rumor. I mean, he's just projecting. But anyways, I can see it because offensive line, they definitely need offensive linemen. And if we trade up, and I know we don't have
the Jets are in position to make it. They can make an offensive lineman trade with where they are now. Or pick.
But the thing is, I don't think the 11 pick is going to be the trade bait. I think the second, they could move up for a 31st pick, and we could get their third, and we could toss a good one, a veteran they probably need. I predict that's going to possibility could happen, and we just get their second and third, and they go get their wide receiver if they really need one. But I could see that happen. That trade bait is really key, and I think we need a second day pick. And you could trade one of those picks back and get multiple picks. But because there's a lot of guys like the Blacklocks that we like. They're projected to be a second round or early first round. I'm sorry, the late first round. And there's a lot of defensive tackles we could get. Manabuki, Raquan Davis. There's a lot of them in the second round you could grab. Or the cornerbacks. Jeff Gladney might be there in the second round. So there's a lot of things. I mean, look, I think trade back is the best choice for us in the 31st. I understand that we have a lot of we have less fills, but it's like right guard maybe, and a wide receiver, and a defensive tackle in the corner position. But I'm also looking at the strong safety too, Ronbo, and this Tart is his last remaining contract. There's not a lot of deep draft on strong safety. That's why I say tread back and get those type of guys to see how they work and maybe fill in for Tart for the future, because we have to pay that man pretty soon. There's a lot of things we have to look into. Yeah, yeah, and we don't have that much cap because we got to obviously pay Kittle and these other guys. So we'll definitely figure out what's going on. But what I'm saying right now, Ronbo, the Kinlaw situation, he has 10 minutes, everybody knows. But we're not getting them because I'm sorry, Will. We're not going to get them. There's other positions that we need as wide receiver, and I'm going with that Judy train because I think he's a perfect fit for the 49ers. I just really love him.
I know.
So,
yeah. Hey, Sheik, remember that wide receiver that went to the Broncos that you were crazy about? What's his name?
The Cortland Sutton.
Yeah.
How can I forget?
Actually, Cortland's not bad. He just had some quarterbacks who were questionable, but he's not bad.
Yeah.
He's
not bad.
Well,
now he has I'm hearing he has a good quarterback over there right now, Locke. So he should be a little better. He just needs another wide receiver there. But I really liked him, but I don't think that's Kyle's style. He doesn't like the big frame guys. He likes the speed. So we'll figure it out, Rombo.
All right.
But
all right, Chick, we got to go.
10 days, Rombo. We got 10 days.
Yes, and we will find out virtually who it is.
Yeah, this is a headache. It's a headache. All these guys are just coming in and giving their projections and from that. But at the end of the day, whatever they do, they'll figure it out because, we went to the championship. Now we need to figure out to win the championship. That's whatever they do. You got to understand that.
All right, Chick, we got to roll. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Yeah. All right, man. Faithful, hit that like for Ronbo for a sub, share, and follow all platforms. And shout out to the Ronbo fan club. Later, bro.
Thanks, Chick. All right. Good night. Oh, God. And let me just address Mr. Joe Pappy. So don't misunderstand me. Listen, I didn't say anything was wrong. Joe Pappy, I always got your back, but don't act like Bill Walsh's offense is outdated. My God, you missed my point entirely. No, Joe, I did not. That's not what I was implying. I was saying that, first of all, Jerry Jeudy, just because his name is Jerry, doesn't necessarily mean he's a second coming of the GOAT. I'm just talking about what I prefer as far as what this team needs, because I'm looking at the team as it's assembled, and I'm seeing that one element that's missing is what I'd like to see added. No, I did not say anything's wrong with Bill Walsh's offense, and no, I did not say it was outdated. I'm just saying for this team, we've already got what we need in that position. Hey, and this just in.
How you doing, Rumble? Earlier, I didn't get a chance. I didn't get a chance to see Dre's mock draft, but I got a chance to read it.
Right.
I'm going to disagree with one thing, and I'll let him respond at a later time. I don't see Moss falling to the fifth round at all. I think he goes way earlier. But I do see your point, Dre. I do see your point. I just do not think he's going to fall to the fifth round. I think a team's going to pick him up way before that. We do need a tight end though, but I don't think Moss is going to be there. But he has some good points. Cornerbacks. I don't know about the Lamar Jackson. I think he kind of goes in the third or fourth. But yeah, it was a good mock draft though. Shout out to Dre for the mock draft today. And yeah, how you guys doing today?
Are you you got that off your chest now? Okay.
Yeah, I when I thought, I was like, I don't know about that. Fifth round, I was like, he might go earlier. Because he was one of the main besides Jefferson, there was Moss as the main. So I think he goes earlier. Way earlier. Probably third round, probably, but I don't know because it's hit and miss with tight ends because we got what's it called? Jake Butt was taken ahead of George Kittle, and he's not really doing really good. So,
but he's got a great name though. I mean, wouldn't you love to be?
Yeah.
It was Jake. Jake what? Jake Butt. And if you say one thing about my last name, I will kill you.
Yeah. So, yeah. So,
I was looking at Jake Butt that year. I remember that. There was about 3 tight ends I don't hear about that I was crazy about the draft before the draft. It's amazing how that happens.
Yeah.
Some of these guys just fall off the map. And you look at them pre-draft, wow, this dude, man. Yeah. George Kittle's better than any of them. But,
yeah. 5 tight ends were taking that before him. 5.
That was the year of the move tight end, wasn't it? They were getting distributed
because
everywhere.
O.J. Howard was in it. O.J. Howard was taking Tampa Bay.
And when Tampa Bay picked him up, I was freaking out. I said, oh, look what Tampa Bay's assembling. Boy, it's funny how that works. God, who knew? But you got to be careful what guys coming out of school.
Anyways, we're talking about for the topic today. We're talking about the
real quick. Got a couple of minutes.
I do see Breida getting moved. I do see Marquise getting moved because the fundamental issue with Breida, I think he's in Kyle's doghouse, and from what we've seen, when you're in Kyle's doghouse, you're not really treated well. Yeah. So, and then it's the same thing with Dante Pettis. I don't know. I think from everything we're reading for reports, they're gonna give him another chance. I don't want them to.
I think I always, in my heart of hearts, I knew Dante was going to get every opportunity to succeed. Dang it.
Yeah.
Dante, God bless.
And then they're moving Jalen Hurd, might be moving Jalen Hurd to tight end. So we'll see if that even, I don't know.
I don't. Maybe less chance for big collisions. I don't know how many times. Jalen Hurd, man, I'd love to see him at wide receiver, though.
Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting day, but I think the best option for us is to go Henry Ruggs at 13. That's the best option, and then trade out to 31 pick because you got to build up more picks. But it's gonna be interesting to see who takes either Breida or Goodwin. Because I know we're sticking with McKinnon, even though I don't want to say it. We're stuck with McKinnon.
You haven't seen him play yet. There's a lot of people that I think are going to be surprised what he brings to the table.
Yeah.
So we'll
I'm
see.
just saying, show me. I keep going back to this point. I was hard on Kendrick. He showed me he could be a starter receiver. I'm waiting for McKinnon to prove me wrong as well. So it's just
that's fair. All right.
Yep.
And with that said, Justin, I'll tell you what. Why don't we see you tomorrow night? Okay.
Yes, sir. Oh, you got to take care and wash your hands and keep practicing social distancing.
Yes.
And have a nice day, everybody.
Yeah. All right.
Oh yeah.
Night, fam. Oh man. Okay. Hey, John V, come on in, John.
Ronbo.
What? Wait a minute. What? Wait. I'm throwing shade on one of the greatest coaches. Why are people misunderstanding what I said? I didn't say anything was wrong with Walsh's offense. I was talking about Jerry Jeudy. He's not Jerry Rice. That's what I was talking about. Nobody said anything about Walsh's offense. When I say anything about John V, I'm being accused of throwing shade. I don't know. What kind of misunderstanding is that? I said Jeudy at number 13, and somebody misconstrued because I said, somebody said Jerry Jeudy runs routes, and we need another route runner like Jerry Jeudy or like Jerry Rice. Well, is Jerry Jeudy Jerry Rice?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
Not today, not tomorrow, not ever, dude. He ain't never going to be Jerry Rice. No.
Yeah. God, please give me a break,
my
guys.
Man, happy Easter to you, brother.
Hey, happy Easter to you.
I'm telling you, brother. I don't know. I didn't get to see Dre's mock draft. Where do I find that? Where can I see
Well,
it?
we did that video just before we did this. It's right.
I missed it.
Yeah, it was pure entertainment. As you know how Dre is. Will came in
I love it.
and threw lighter fluid all over him and lit it.
I expect nothing less. Good, man. Ronbo, so tonight's show, brother, what are we doing, man? We're still up in the air, man. We're speculating.
I know, John. I've been, you know what? We're not going to, there's no player. We don't have anybody that could fetch any picks unless we really get rid of somebody on our team that's special. There is nobody.
There is. In
What
my
do you think?
opinion, somebody's going to shoot me for it because by now my brains are mashed potatoes, applesauce with all this. But I'm telling you straight up, what if we put D Ford on? I know. It sounds crazy, right?
I entertained that thought for a
What if we
second,
did?
but you need to get somebody to replace him first.
He's not. He brings a lot to the table, but he missed how many games, Ronbo? And what if he continues that inconsistent absence? You know, what if we deal with that again? Then how productive is he, and what's it worth?
It bothers me. It worries me, John. There's a certain amount of anxiety that's creeping through your body. You're trying not to acknowledge. If he comes out there with his knee again next year, and then he pulls a hamstring.
Yes.
Oh, D, not
So
again.
now what? We have no depth there. So what do we do? You know? And there may be value left in D Ford if we nip it in the ass quicker than later.
Yeah.
Nobody wants Pettis. Pettis is like old corduroy pants. Like nobody wants that shit. So it's like, what do
But
we
you haven't
do
thrown
with
away
Pettis?
yet.
Like everybody wants to bundle. In the NFL, they don't bundle players. So if we did it, it'd be like the first time. NBA does that stuff. I know we talked about that before, and I'm not big on bundling packages, but if we had to give up somebody to stay in the early rounds, it would be D Ford, because, well, Kyle and John have to be thinking. What have we gotten in entirely? What have we gained entirely?
From as far as the pick,
as far as his production.
D Ford.
Yeah.
You know, the stat, John, when D was on the field, the defense was at its best.
Yes.
As far as stats go, you know. So
and second stringers at the same time, Ronbo. We had some
rotation.
crucial injuries.
Yeah.
We did. But if you were going to try to stay, we don't. Breida, third. He's maybe worth like a fourth. I don't even know, Ronbo. He hasn't
at
really
most.
proven himself.
John, realistically, you're right. The best you're going to get from Matty B is a fourth round pick. Running backs, there's really plentiful, and the game has evolved a little bit away from their importance. So nobody's going to give you anything high than a fourth.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So if we had anything to offer, it'd have to be a stud like D Ford. But my fear with D Ford is that his absence that frightens me, because I don't know what he's doing to rehabilitate that knee. I don't trust that knee any more than I trust Matty B's ankle.
Yeah. Well, John came in and said, because everybody thought Ford was going to go in and get a procedure done on his knee, and John says,
right.
No, he's not going to have any surgical repair. That knee just needs to rest. What?
Okay.
Because D had a hamstring that wouldn't heal all season.
Right. Yes, he did. He did.
Now
he did. That was his major injury, I believe. We had thought it was something, arthritis, tendonitis.
Yeah, right. Well, he said
whatever
it was.
We thought it was, but it was a hammy, right? It was a hammy that was acting
That's
up
what
more
kept
than
him down, because he's learned how to play with the tendonitis, apparently. But still, he's going to be sitting down, John. We just look forward to that. He's going to be sitting down. Which games is which I worry about. So.
I don't look forward to that, Rob. I want him playing.
I know.
I don't want him sitting. I can't get used to him sitting any more than Pettis is comfortable acting like a jackass. Like I can't. I'm not accepting the fact that we should let D Ford sit. Players in the NFL don't just get to sit like players in the NBA now. I don't want to start this bull. I don't want this crap starting.
Oh God, John.
If you're gonna be a stud on this team, you got to play.
Then be one and be out there available for us. Joey, let's use some of this on Raw tomorrow, where we can really chew guys up.
Absolutely.
Gotta go.
I'm glad to have caught you tonight, Rombo.
No, I'm delighted. It's always great to hear from you, John. All right.
Always a pleasure, my friend. Hey,
thanks,
good to hear from you. Talk to you tomorrow, brother. Good night.
Looking forward. Night, John.
Got it. Good night. Bye-bye.
And, hey, Hayden.
Hey, Rombo.
Hey, our subject tonight was, do we have a player we can dangle on draft night for a trade to pick up a couple more picks since we're in here shopping on draft night? Hayden, I'm not going to say. Thomas. We'll see. That was my thought. He might be valuable.
If we're gonna have someone, compete with DJ Jones, didn't we get like Kerry Hyder? Or do you think he's just for preseason?
Yeah, Kerry Hyder. Yeah, he's gonna he's gonna be figuring into the rotation, which is a good pickup actually from what I'm hearing. So
yeah,
no, he's not gonna be. He's gonna be more of an outside guy. I think Hyder plays all over the line. Jones doesn't really have any. Jones plays that nose. He doesn't really have any competition, and he's gonna be playing. Yeah, he's probably the best we got as far as a replacement for DeForest Buckner. Yeah. I mean, as far as explosion, violence, impact, I gotta figure Jones is gonna be that guy.
Yeah, unless we get someone in the draft.
Yeah, see, that's that's a soft spot with a lot of people. If you're going to pick up one of the blue chip guys, you can't go past 13. You pretty much got to get them early, but there is a possibility a guy like Blacklock, Raekwon, there's a couple others. You don't know how they're going to do in the NFL. Kinlaw is probably gone in the top 10. But him and Brown, they're the premier guys in this year's draft, right? So, after that, it's a crapshoot. So we'll see.
Yeah, and he would be on like a trade partner for the 31st pick in the first round.
Yeah, who was the trade partner?
Who would you think would be a trade partner?
Yeah,
for,
see that.
31st pick in the first round.
That's a good question, Hayden. And see, what would be nice if the 49ers package that 31 with one of their 5th round and a 6th round and go up instead of down, but they're going to go down and maybe get a 3rd and 4th round. Oh, the 49ers can still get a 2nd and 3rd round. We've got too many 5, 6, and 7s. Get rid of those, or at least 1 or 2 of them, and maybe get the 3rd and 4th round.
Yeah.
We keep the 5th, though, Hayden. We do our best work in the 5th round. We're keeping that.
Yeah.
But 6 and 7. Yeah.
Yeah, and do you think we need someone to have a backup for George Kittle? Because Ross Dwelly is good, but he's not like the best backup ever.
Yeah, he's serviceable. But did you see Dre's mock draft earlier?
Yeah.
How do you feel about Thaddeus Moss?
I haven't heard of. Well, I've heard of him, but I haven't really looked him up.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Callie Young. Okay, I got you, fam. Yeah. Anyway, I think that I got to go look at Thaddeus too. I've not looked at all the players. Names are coming at me at 100 miles an hour. I got about 30 guys I got to look at. I've not looked at Thaddeus. I heard about him a while back. He could be. Since his dad the DNA is there for him to be famous, we'll see what he does. I just wonder how far down in the draft can you get some of these guys? Because the more people talk about them, the faster they get drafted.
Tight end in the 5th round.
I know,
What
right?
do you do with Ross Grillin? Just keep him as a backup?
Wouldn't it be great, though, if we did pick him up in the 5th round and we get a second all-star tight end in the 5th round? Can you believe it?
Yeah.
Pretty soon the NFL is going to keep an eye. Every GM in the league is going to say, okay, watch the 49ers and see what they pick up in the 5th round. We're going to pick up a pattern here.
If we get to him like that in the 5th round, what do we do with Ross Grillin? Just keep him as a 3rd stringer? Or get like a 6th round for him?
You know what ends up happening, though, Hayden? He's got to battle it out.
Wait, what was he tendered?
Ross, I'm not sure. I forgot. But it becomes a competition. Once these guys get into camp, whatever you signed a few weeks ago means nothing because it's all hinged upon. You got to, as they say, if you make the team, this will be what we'll pay you, right?
Yeah.
If you make the team is the problem.
Yeah.
So. But I like Ross, too. I'm like you. I respect him.
This is one of my last questions.
Okay, 5 seconds.
Has anybody changed your mind on wide receiver, or is it still Henry?
Hayden, I am so into Henry Ruggs, it's crazy. We gotta go though. Hayden, we're gonna see you tomorrow, okay? But yeah, no, I'm not changing my mind on Ruggs. All right. Have a good night.
Bye, Ronbo. See you
Night,
tomorrow.
Hayden. See you tomorrow.
Night.
Night. Yeah, I'm not about to change my mind on Henry Ruggs. I have plans for Henry Ruggs. If Marquise Goodwin's not coming, that offense takes on a whole new dimension with Henry Ruggs. I really believe that. Hey, there he is. Hey, Shaleo.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Shaleo, man, it's funny, but at this point in the evening in this conversation and this particular subject matter, I kind of feel foolish. You know, there is no way that anybody's going to give you but a box of popcorn for Dante Pettis. And for Matty B, well, you might get a sandwich or something to go along with it because running backs, you can find those. And Solomon Thomas, I don't know if he's done enough yet to make people say, whoa, you Solomon? Yeah, I'll give you a 3rd round pick for Solomon. See, that's science fiction. That's not going to happen. So, Shaleo, my feelings are hurt tonight. And Marquise Goodwin, I'm not sure what to think about him. Maybe he could get a 4th round pick. But, Shaleo, it's your opinion I'm interested in. What's going on with you?
What's going on with you? How about them Lambs? How about them Cowgirls? How about them Seacocks? And last but not least, how about them Oakland, Las Vegas, Raider Joes? Man, the Lambs are broke over there in L.A. They're trying to get rid of everybody. They're trying to get some of that cash back.
They've still got enough.
Dead last in the division.
No, and don't forget, there's guys asking for their money. You got, I believe it's what's the blondie from Green Bay and also Gurley Matthews, right? I'm loving it.
Yeah, Clay Matthews.
Oh, Clay's asking for his money. Todd's wondering where his $7 million is.
Didn't they get rid of Clay Matthews too?
Yeah, they threw him out.
Wow. Hey, I think they're about to fire their coach. They look like what we look like in 2013, that Harbaugh era.
The 2014 season. We went in there with Jimmy T and a shell of what we were. God, that was sad. Oh,
yeah, they're about to be. They're done.
Yeah,
they're on the ground.
They're
gonna have to rebuild again.
Yeah, it's basement all the way. So yeah.
And the Raiders, they're just trying to copy us.
Yeah, well, you know what, Shaleo, I got to tell you, there's a lot of teams who want to copy the 49ers style. We have now established a model that people want to see if they can emulate. Can you imagine? Us, the team they laughed about. Other fans came in on our chat and took it over, especially those.
We got a good GM.
Those Oakland, Las Vegas, Raider Joes.
Las Vegas, Oakland, Raider Joe. Yeah, that's what they're. They're traders. Oh, they had a meme. They had the California and the Raiders, and it's a social distancing.
Yeah, well, Please, the Raiders especially social distancing. Even if you don't have COVID-19, you don't want to catch what the Raiders have.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
God. Anyway, Chanel, but do you see any player we could use? And I mean, John's had enough of D Ford. Dangle him for extra picks. You could probably get some picks for him too. Maybe not though. They've seen how many games we expect him to play. You know, it's kind of a scary thing. But what do you think?
You know what? I was reading an article. They might move Jalen Hurts to tight end.
Yeah, somebody else just mentioned that too. Okay.
If that's the case, you could get somebody. You could get your favorite pick at number 13, and you could get another wide receiver to build up that wide receiver core.
You've already got.
I would go.
You still got 9 guys. You know, we got. Even if Hurd moves to tight end, you got an army.
I really don't like
of wide
Goodwin.
receivers.
I don't. He has too much problems.
Who?
I think I would go with a guy like Jalen Reagor. At that last pick, that 31st pick, I'd get Jalen Reagor and replace Goodwin with him.
Goodwin may be okay now, mentally. It's a risk. You don't know because Goodwin seems to have a lot of family problems. Yeah, and they affect him deeply.
Yeah, but I don't know. He doesn't want to catch it, and Pettis, he's just being a stupid ass kitty cat. He's just over there playing with kittens. He doesn't want to play. He doesn't have any dog. I just read his tweet earlier that he was on the dinner table talking about I don't know. He's not eating. You know.
What? No. Don't tell me. Of all people,
I mean, I'm not seeing videos of him working out or nothing. I only see KB. KB's working out. He's doing some route drills.
Yeah,
what the hell is Dante Pettis doing?
Oh, he probably doesn't want anybody to know. But that's why he's not filming. I don't know.
I hope so. Nah, he's probably filming himself playing with the kitty cats. That's what he's doing.
He's got to. Kyle's already told him before he left. Listen, you come into camp ready next year to play some football, all right? Because you need to get stronger too. So if Dante is not,
I think Kyle's the players' coach, huh?
Oh God, yeah.
I think he's giving guys, second chances. If they're not improving, then I think he tries to get rid of them.
And he does it in a fair fashion. I mean, everybody's looking and watching. If you're not doing anything,
that's why he hasn't got rid of Matt Breida.
Well,
you might still believe in him.
But Breida did so well for such a long. Breida's been doing well for 2-3 years. He just had a year this year, 2 years. Well, actually started off this year looking awesome. He just all of a sudden just couldn't handle the ball. I don't know why.
Yeah, too many fumbles. That's all it was, just fumbling the ball.
And you can't do that as a running back. You've got to have the ability you've got to take care of that ball. If you can't protect the ball, we're going to lose because you're going to be giving back to the other team all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to clean up the drops this year, and we need to stop relying on the defense. We need some improvement from the offense.
Entirely, yeah.
Seriously, the we can't. Everyone's going to game plan. Everybody knows that we're going to be running the ball and relying on our defense to do the job. We can't do that. We need to step it up a little bit on offense.
Yeah, you're going to see that. That offense is going to be better in its second year. Last year was complete installation. Remember, Jimmy.
Because you know what, Rumbo? The Cardinals and Seahawks. I'm afraid of the Cardinals, especially that little guy. He ain't 5'10". He might be 5'7". Kyler Murray, him running around. We need to get.
It's hard to grab him. Right. Shalil, we're going to go. Hey, I'm going to look for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that, Shalil.
Thank you for the platform, Rumbo. Yep.
Thanks,
you have a good night.
You too,
Shout out to
fam.
the Niner Empire.
Night. There's Shalil and them Trader Raiders. And hey, Jorge or George Ruiz. Thanks, George. Appreciate that. George, is that a kitty? That is a kitty. We're talking about kitties enough, George. That's got to be Dante's cat. It looks like a kitty, though, that MC Niner would be dating, though. I don't know about that. Okay. Hey, Bill.
How's it going?
Bill. It's going. Bill, draft night coming up, and I'm trying to find a way to get the 49ers more picks. And I just realized something. Bill, we don't have anything but number 31 and 13 to gain any second and third round picks. We don't have any. Nobody's going to give the 49ers anything for what we got to. Dante Pettis, Solomon Thomas, Marquise Goodwin. People aren't going to give the 49ers anything for that. So I gave up. But I don't know, Bill, you think, do we have anybody you'd use?
Yeah, but before we go further, Shania likes to say something.
All right.
Hey, Ronbo, it's Bill's birthday.
It's whose birthday?
Bill's.
It's Bill's birthday? Shania!
Yeah.
That means it's time to sing. I'm ready. Wait. Let me get things loosened up here. Mimi, I've done this all day. Happy not his birthday to Big Bill. Happy not his birthday to Bill. Happy birthday to Bill. Hey, Bill. Happy birthday, bro.
Yeah, man. And on top of that, happy Easter, Ronbo.
Yeah. Oh, I got so, we got a lot to be in prayer for. So, I just wish it would have been a better time. But better days are ahead, Bill.
Right.
Not a problem. But yeah.
Now let's get to business. I remember years ago when the guy was a freshman, I mentioned it, and now they're talking about it. Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah. You've been talking about Jeudy for 4 years or 3 years? You knew about him all the way back then?
Yeah, when he was a freshman. Go back on the tape. I can't remember when it was, but I mentioned something about Jerry Jeudy, and there was another one. Jalen Hurts, but I don't know about him. He got hurt recently, so I don't know. So, like I said, Jerry Jeudy, if I was to pick up a receiver, I want Jerry Jeudy. I have something special about that guy, and I don't want him to end up in Dallas. And how do you feel about Arlen Smith in Dallas?
That's hilarious. Jerry Jones, you need to have a record or something. And Jerry Jones, if you're a football player and you've been to jail or been convicted, Jerry Jones is looking for you. He thinks he's like Al Davis used to do that. Take every reject bad guy in the NFL, but they won a Super Bowl with that combination of guys. But I don't know what's going on with Jones. Hey, he's a good football player, though, Bill. I just hope Aldon Smith has cleaned his act up and he can stay straight. I'm hoping for him,
In Dallas, I doubt that's going to be easy. There's a lot of temptation, a lot of crime out here, so he might not be on the team much longer.
Man, I don't know. Good, hopefully. Poor guy. So
all you got to do is be associated with the wrong crowd. He ain't got to necessarily commit a crime. He's got to be around the wrong crowd, and that just does it, man.
Yeah, and it's easy to find that crowd. So, anyway. But, Bill, otherwise, is there a player that we can use to get any more draft picks, or are you going to be content with using 31 and see what we can get with that?
Well, I mean, you got to give Solomon Thomas one more year. I think that kid can produce. But I know you're not going to agree with me. There's a lot of good wide receivers better than Trent Taylor out there. Get rid of him.
You know what?
Injury prone.
You could get something.
Injury prone.
Yeah.
Trade him to like the Browns, and let's pick up. I know you don't want it, but I love it. I thought about it for a couple weeks now. I'm scratching my head, and I'm thinking, let's go ahead and see how Odell Beckham does. Let's get Odell Beckham.
Bill, we've already been through this before. We don't have any money to play Odell Beckham.
he wants to come to the Niners, he'll have to take the cut, or he can just go ahead and stay in Cleveland.
Yeah, well, there's an option. No football player is going to take a cut. He's going to, the 49ers, we got 8 receivers. They talk about moving Jalen Hurd to tight end, but we still got an army of receivers. And if they're talking about grabbing another guy out of the draft, which they probably are, wow, that's a lot of receivers. And you got to whittle them down to 6.
Just think of it. Jalen Hurd.
Tight end.
Kittle. Yeah, Jalen Hurd and Kittle. And then we got, on the other side, we got, what's his name, Jerry Jeudy and Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
And then you know what? We can have any running back in the world. It'll open up space because they have to cover them all. So what do they got? They leave the running game wide open, or they block the running game and they get eaten alive through the air. They got to pick their poison.
Yeah, no, I like that.
And then we find out how really good Jimmy G is when he's got the weapons. And if he don't produce after that, then they can talk to smack. But I guarantee you he'll produce. He'll eat everybody alive, and then he can shut up about Jimmy G.
Yeah, people are going to understand. This is nothing new for Kyle Shanahan to have a quarterback not be perfect in his first year with him. Now, next year, if he still struggles, I'll be surprised. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens this year. But he didn't struggle that bad last year. Still almost knocked off 4,000 yards. But that's, we still, if you don't win the Super Bowl, none of that matters. So, especially if you get in it. So, Bill, go ahead and celebrate.
And one more thing before I go, they put an extra team in the playoffs. Even though they do that, they're still not going to help them. Only help the Cowboys get in the playoffs finally. They can have a worse record in the whole NFL and still make it in.
Yeah, but they got to play the first round. There's no bye except for the number 1 teams. So, they can
eliminate it, but it'll just be a waste of space.
Yeah, I agree with that. Bill, you and I have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow if you get a chance.
One more thing, 49er shout out, brother. And I'm out.
All right. I could make that into a horn. I need to. Bill, have a good night. I do need to make. I should make that into a car horn. Can you imagine? The police would probably pull me over. Hey, what was that sound? That was my car horn. That's got to be illegal. I'm writing you a ticket just for being. I'd have it all amplified up so it'd be louder. Can you imagine being louder? Niners, baby. Especially if I'm driving around L.A. or someplace like that where they don't really appreciate the Niners. Ellis! Come on in, Ellis.
What's up, Ronbo?
Ellis, man, I as I realized now, I was excited last night when I was writing that up. I said, hey, 49ers, maybe if they were going to get another pick, every year the 49ers always try to find a player they can get a pick for. Solomon Thomas. And maybe Marquise. And then, they're already putting Matty B out there. So, then I'm realizing now that we've had discussions with various people, we can't get nothing for them folks, Ellis. So Ellis, is there a player you could think of on the roster that's not extremely important that we could dangle for some more picks?
It seems like out of those guys, that's probably those are probably the only ones to consider at this point. I mean, nobody's going to really want, like a Richie James. Well, Dante, we talked about the Eagles, had showed some interest in that swap for.
That's right. You're the one who mentioned that because I thought about that.
Yeah, for Rasul Douglas, I believe that was the second cornerback's name.
I like that deal.
Yeah, that's a solid swap. I would definitely say we do something like that.
I wanted Rasul when he came out of school. I said, man, look at this dude. And he had not a bad year. Why do the Eagles want to get rid of him?
Yeah, that's a good question. There's probably some things It could just be not working
has
out
nothing
for
to do with football. Could be, yeah.
Yeah, one of those outside of the football rooms situation, but we really can't be too sure. Now, as far as who would be the best swap as far as capital is concerned, I mean, seeming like even though he hasn't played in a long time, Marquise and then Solomon. I still think we're going to do something with the Dolphins. I don't know what. Maybe we might, package something and maybe give them the 31st and Marquise for some, some extra. I don't know. Do they have what's their picks looking like? They got second and third.
Dolphins.
I don't pay no mind to them.
Yeah, I really don't know. And people have mentioned Dolphins on a number of occasions. I haven't looked into what the Dolphins are doing, so I have no idea about that either.
I know that was a talk, though, that the Dolphins did show some kind of an interest, so that could be something behind, the scenes that could be going on, and, maybe they're just kind of waiting it out. Maybe there might be some more things contractually or, as far as an agreement is concerned, they want to, hash out and make sure everybody's pleased at the end of it. But I do remember hearing about the Dolphins being interested in Marquise, so maybe it's possible we can, do something and package him in the 31st and, get like, a pick for him and maybe like 2 or 3 other picks for that late, first. But,
and
like
Drake. Right, actually, from what I understand. No, he's out there from what I understand as well.
In Miami, I heard he was buying. Yeah. So that's what I mean. It kind of seems like that might be what we're looking at. But because we're not in a rebuild, I think it was a good point earlier Dre was talking about, if I'm not mistaken, about us not needing to get so many damn players and having to trade back and do all the craziness just to end up cutting guys and stuff like that. So unless we plan on really like kind of cleaning up a little bit and getting some guys out of there, like, a multitude of players, you know what I mean? It's obviously the guys that we bring in got to be worth, replacing those guys that may be going out, but I don't see us getting the overall. We already have eight
I know, right?
7, 8 picks.
We're approaching double digits, and somebody said Jalen Hurd is probably moving to the tight end room. So I said, we got plenty of wide receivers, don't we? Oh my God,
man! We're overloaded. We're overloaded extensively. So that's why I'm like, damn, we need Dante out of there, Richie. We need Marquise out of there, and we got to make room for these new guys. KB's not going anywhere. We got to see what Trent Taylor's bringing back. We got Debo. We just, we got to.
If you had to make a cut today, I think you just named him too. Hey, okay, let's do it again. Okay, Trent Taylor most likely is going to be back.
Sure.
Kendrick Bourne is probably going to be back. Debo, no doubt about him being back. That's sure. 3 right there.
Right, and then we got Richie James, we got Dante Pettis, we got Marquise Goodwin.
You know who number 4 is? Ellis. Pettis stays. I already know it. I just know it. Pettis is they're going to give him every chance. They traded up to get him. They're going to be all over us, but he will get out there and try and give it. So we got 4 that you know for sure. There's only 2 more spots, Ellis, I think.
Exactly. No, there is. That's what I'm saying. We're not going to have any more than 6 receivers. I mean, I highly doubt we do 7 because we'll need it. We'll need an extra spot. Because of the CBA thing, I think what was that? We're allowed to have how many guys now?
They're going to expand. How many players? Yeah. Is that
like an extra 7 or 8 players, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, but is that
I believe so. They
okay.
It should. They just extended. I think, officially gave us that 17-game season now. I think that's supposed to take place this up-and-coming season, right? That's, to my knowledge. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm not. I know the designation for those players, though, has to be certain positions. Alice, let's get into this tomorrow. Because we're out of time.
Yes, sir.
I want to look at that CBA and see if it takes effect this year. I know some things do. You're right. So, all right.
Yes, sir. And yeah, man, we get Lynn Bowden. That boy's a punt return, kickoff return. He plays quarterback and wide receiver. That's a bad boy.
You're
He's about 5'11".
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So we'll talk more about that, though, Ronbo. Shout out to you as always, sir. Thank you for everything.
Thanks,
shout out to the Niner Faithful, man, and everybody, man. Download that Ronbo Sports app right now, man. Hit the like, subscribe. Shout out to the chat. Man, y'all be easy, man.
Hey.
Go Niners. Always.
Thanks, Ellis. You too.
All right, champ.
All right.
We on for Tuesday still?
Oh, yeah. I'll get back to you more details on that. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Peace.
All right, Bill. Hey, Trez. He is one of the founding members of the cantankerous, the infamous, the outrageous TNT. Trez. I got the red and gold right.
Hold up. Wait a minute, Ronbo. Go on and put some red and gold up in it.
Sparkles everywhere. Yo. Yay. Trez, good to hear from you tonight. This is just your subject matter, too, because they've already dogged several players. We've already talked bad about certain people. I put Solomon Thomas out there trying to see if I can get some picks. People say you ain't going to get nothing. And we already knew Dante wasn't going to get anything. I didn't even put him on the list anyhow. Marquise Goodwin's involved.
We can't get nothing. We can't get nothing from nothing. I can tell you that right now. I was out there reading where the Eagles was interested. We were interested in trying to make a deal to move Dante Pettis, and the Eagles flat out turned it down. So, no, we don't want him. But they wanted. But they can't. You know what their counter offer was, Ronbo? They came back with they wanted Matt Breida.
Well, see, I remember that earlier.
Cal said no.
That was way back. Yeah.
No, they came back and said they wanted to counter it. They said they'll take Matt Breida, and they was offering up something, but I know that the 49ers didn't respond back to them on that.
They will now. I wonder what if they put that deal back out there.
I don't think so, Rumble. I don't know what it is about Breida. I think Kyle is going to hold on to him.
Oh,
I think he is. Unless the offer they put a second round tender on Matt Breida. So
right.
Anybody
because they won a second round.
Yeah, they put a second round. So right. So you're gonna have to come with a second round or higher. And so they teams are gonna be like, I don't know about that. So
you know what? I think they were shooting. I think they was aiming high to see what they could get. If they take a third round or fourth round.
We'll
especially
see,
from
right
the
now,
Eagles.
we can't get nothing from nothing. We can package up 5 players and we won't even get a first round on 5 players right now. And that'll be Solomon included. That's my boy Ronbo, but he just saying yeah. But hey, this is the year right here, Ronbo. This is my year right here. This is you ain't done nothing, you gotta go.
The Trez rule.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Trez. You got 31. You could work that to see if you can get a couple more picks. Trez, going in on the 23rd and not coming back until the 25th, I don't think the 49ers, they don't want that. They want to get involved.
Well, you got to see Dre's point there, Ronbo. We don't need all these players. We built.
Dre would pick up a couple more players though for the second and third round.
It depends on how well a deal is, though, Rumbo. What kind of deal we talking about? But we really don't need those players we are built right now. We don't need a bunch of players that's going to end up on the practice squad and possibly not even making the team.
Well,
at that point, all you'll be doing is showcasing players for other teams to come and get.
Not the best ones. Trez, here's the thing. Your favorite guy, one of your favorite guys, Kowalski T, his contract expires next year. They got to pay George Kittle. There's a lot of payments pending.
That's why you keep. That's I was gonna say, Rumbo. That's why you keep the 31st pick.
Well, now the thing is,
trade it away.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You could go either way. Either we go lineman or we go safety. Either way you want to go with it. Either way you want to go. Kowalski T, his contract is going to be up. He's going to be looking for a certain amount of dollars. So what do we do? So that's what I'm saying. We really don't need a bunch of players. We just don't. A lot of people would love to have it.
Trez, you need something. You got to get a bunch of players in order to throw some of them in the garbage, okay? And you got to keep that good stuff, Ain't nobody giving away nothing good. Now, the people out there showcasing – they can go ahead and pick up some of that stuff that we get rid of. But we ain't keep the best ones are staying in San Francisco.
Well, here's the thing. for me, I think we are working with solid depth. Okay, that's the whole thing. Look at your depth chart. You see what I'm saying? That's where you start. You know what your starters are. You already got that mapped out. You got your 11 on offense. You got your 11 on defense. You have to start. You have to start at the depth chart, right? We go to the depth chart. Where do we need help at on the depth chart? Where do we need to go ahead and make a move? Where do we and if we're going to do that, look at the depth chart, and say, all right, this player's going to be moving out next year, possibly this player's going to be moving out. Are these guys that are heavy in the rotation? Are they just spot players, here and there? You know what I'm saying? So that'll pretty much determine how you need to, go in and draft with the 31st pick, whether you need to trade back and gain more picks, or I mean, I'm all for trading the 31st pick, and I'm all for keeping the 31st pick, I mean.
I agree.
I am.
Because
either way you want
the highest quality you can
either
get.
we keep the 31st or we get rid of it. I don't care. As long as we get good value for it. You know what I'm saying? You have to get good value for that pick.
Well, yeah.
And if we can't get good value, keep the pick and use the pick.
Because we got a whooping in order to get that 31st pick. We were supposed to be picking 32. But you know what, Trez? The thing is I say about second and third round is you need to be able to put something behind some of these guys are going to be asking for too much money, put some pressure on him. So when and all it does for the day that you start talking about money, I could look at Kowalski and say, well, tell his agent, listen, I got this guy and this guy here. I can just as soon move them in. Now, I'd rather keep Kowalski T if you're willing to deal with the amount of finance that we can actually afford. But if anything beyond that, we'll just go ahead and close the books on this right now. I love to be able to sit there and talk major poo-poo.
I think come draft night, you'll see a lot of jostling and moving and people willing to make deals, the week of, and possibly 2 days or a day before the draft.
Right.
You're gonna see a lot of like they said, stuff get revved up. You're gonna see a lot of people say, okay, let's go ahead and make this deal. Okay, let's go make that deal. You know what I'm saying? So we might because we've been in the money round in the 5th round, 4th round. I mean,
gosh, amazing.
Second and third. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
Here, there,
That's a good point, Trez. We ain't did jack. In fact, we've had some bad luck in them rounds. Real bad luck.
Exactly. So.
Whoa,
that's what
Trez! You know what? That is, look at, you got Williams, you got CJ, you got Dante. Well, Fred Warner came in the 3rd or 4th round.
I think Fred was
3rd
round, I think.
Okay, so we did well there.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
I don't
First round,
but
it's been good.
But nevertheless, no, we saw Solomon as a bust.
No, I mean, just except with the exception of Ruben.
As of right now.
No, I mean, I was going to say,
Ruben was a bust. Yeah, we missed those two.
Oh, I'm glad you said that, Trez. People keep arguing, no, Ruben wasn't a bust. He just had problems. Man, where in your vocabulary does bust mean? He ain't on the team, right? It had nothing to do with football. That makes him even a bigger bust. He's a damn fool.
He's a bigger bust, right.
See, that's...
He's 2.0 Alden Smith. That's all he is, 2.0. 2.2, 2.3, however you want to take it up the line with him. But that's what he is, a damn fool. You got that much talent, and you can't, get rid of your personal demons to make this money and have a successful career. God gave you all those tools, man, to be successful, and you're squandering your opportunity, man. You got to get it together, man. I pray for that young man, man. I do. I pray for him. But you remember what I told you, though, Ronbo? You remember I told you I knew somebody that knew his family. And they said that he was a problem maker like that. Remember I told you that when he was going through that, that he ain't going to get no better, Ronbo, from what I hear. That's just the way he is,
And for the suckers like me that didn't know, all I know, Reuben Foster. Bring him in here. We'll work around everything else. No, you won't. You won't. We didn't. Yeah. Reuben's gone.
Yeah.
Wasted pick.
Gone, and look what happened where he went. You know what I'm saying? Went to Washington. And when he tore his ACL, he was out of there. That's what I'm saying. It's like, one problem after the next. So we missed on those two rounds, and we had to trade back up to get in that round. That's what the hurting part was.
God, man.
That was the hurting part, Ronbo.
There's the thing, Trez. Don't ever catch the 49ers. Don't never catch them trading up again. That's been bad luck. Reuben Foster, Dante Pettis. Pettis could be working out sometime soon. I don't know. But currently, Pettis is really getting on everybody's nerves. So,
well, Ronbo, obviously the league don't think so. We can't even get a damn bone for Pettis. I mean, think about it. There's 31 other teams out here don't want Dante Pettis, man.
Do you blame them?
Think about that.
Tris, if you were sitting in any league office and somebody called, John Lynch is on the phone, yo, hey, John, how you doing? I'll let you know, Trez. I'm calling you to make a deal. I've got a future wide receiver. I think you might be able to use him because he doesn't fit. I can see. You can tell. John, hold on. Let me stop you right there. You're getting ready to tell me that he may fit my scheme better than he fits yours, ain't you? You're telling me this kid's got a lot of character and class and he'll add to your locker room, aren't you? I already know what you're going to do, John. It's the same game I run on people. No. And that's it.
Well, Ronbo, you know what? You know what? For me, I would reach out to two teams. I'll reach out to. I'll reach out to the Atlanta Falcons and I'll reach out to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for Dante Pettis to see what they would offer. The Falcons end up losing. Think about it. They end up losing. What's his name? Mohamed Sanu. They lost Mohamed Sanu. Remember?
He went to the Patriots.
And they lost another wide receiver. So it was only left Calvin Ridley and Julio. So that would be a team that,
might be
could possibly put Dante in the slot. You know what I'm saying? And then down there in Tampa, you want to put as much weapons as you can around Brady. So
yeah, they're working on that.
Not that Dante is not a weapon, but guess what? I believe Tom Brady will get Dante's mind right. He'll play it in. You know what I'm saying? So, it just depends on, where he goes. I'll reach out to those two teams, see can I get him moved, though. Honestly, I would.
Yeah, well, because we got Pettis, and he will be back in camp or whenever they start working out. He'll be back in there. And Kyle, like I said, Trez, you trade up for a player now, you got to get everything. You squeeze him Dante's going to either perform or get thrown out this year, I think, from where they're talking. So we'll see.
I just hate he don't make the team and we don't get nothing in return. Then he sign with somebody else. That's what I don't. That's what I would hate. Yeah,
I would too. It's a waste of.
All right, Ronbo. Yeah, shout out to my TNT brothers, man. We're gonna keep it short. I'm always watching Ronbo every night. I'm still glued to the screen.
You and Sean.
On everybody. Yeah, I'm here. Because I be waiting in the wings because if I hear my name called or somebody got
coming in, we've seen that.
TNT brothers, we come in like we come in like vultures, Ronbo. We gonna come in like vultures. They ain't gonna know where to hit them. You know what I'm saying? It's TNT forever, Ronbo. Always remember that. We love you, Ronbo.
Thanks,
man. Love you. Hey, y'all, hit that like and let's get it popping, man. Draft's right around the corner.
Minutes away. Trez, appreciate you, fam, getting in here. Always love to hear from you. Talk to you later.
All right, have a good one. All right.
You too. Night, Trez. Oh, man. Funny stuff. Oh, and let me see Big Show put the answer to a question I had. We didn't save that up here? Okay. Anyway, I was wondering what players got drafted the same year as somebody. I saw somebody answered a couple times. Well, okay. Well, I'll get it later. Fam, I'm gonna go ahead and head on out. And I'll see you tomorrow night on Raw. You would think that I had worn this out by now, right? You notice it doesn't wear out. Actually, I just got out of the shop last week for maintenance. That's why it's kind of fresh. It's like fam. Thanks.